Niggas say they don't like me, I don't blame you. If I was one of y'all niggas, I hate me too. My mansion, got a lake view with some naked assholes on my 8 feet pool. Ain't too much that I can't do. We done made a whole lot. If you need a hate bitch, put a ticket on your top like a meter made bitch. Niggas wait for the clock like GTA 6. Let's go. I've been on a paper chase to get it and race and whipping this shit that made them hate me. Different debates, been living and turn me to a rage. Just to make a major critical, looking for a place to fit in. I'm pacing with it awake, but I'm way too different to wait like a place. And niggas with patience in them. I know I gotta stay committed to paint the picture before I start erasing niggas who can't see different. Infatuated with guns, but I'm agitated and aggravated. The drugs got me activated. The industry been on my back and they mad I made it. I'd probably be another rapper assassinated. I never been a rat, never seen no affidavit before I telling anyone I be decapitated, capacitated, and fucked like I'm masturbated, ejaculated, emasculated, and they don't know that I'm back in my bag with a motherfucker sawed off. They been praying I'ma fall off. Game on lock, but a nigga never logged off. Running from the cops, they don't wanna call the dogs off. I done came up, now I'm eating like a mob boss. I'll show you how to ball off. Yeah, I got a bitch with them hoes on my car log. Wanna get the dick to the dick, take a walls off. So baby, come get it. Door sliding now. Cast the shadows off on that wall. But they quit talking like new press. On that hot air, got my suit pressed. Okay.
What's up, guys? I made it to the top. Outside chilling, enjoying this nice weather. Man. One of the people that I guess they subbed to me, I don't know, but I know they comment on my videos. They said that I'm a celebrity to these dudes.
This guy is chopped. I don't think there's any coming back from this.
So I'm a celebrity to these guys. That's why they can't leave me alone. I made it to the top. I can't believe this shit, man. These guys have turned into the very thing that they claim they be trying to fight. You're trying to stop people from doing all the stuff you claim I did by doing all the stuff you claim I did. You can't make this stuff up. This is a Hollywood script. I mean, like I said, that's like trying to stop a bully by becoming a bully. It's stupid. But, of course, they're losers and nobodies. And the concept of being an adult or having money or any of the things that I have to deal with on a daily basis, that stuff just don't apply to these people.
Silence! This video will serve the purpose of dismantling the severe allegations that have yet again been parroted by Kraken Serafina and their associates for years. In this, I intend to address what's most important and give a concise and to-the-point understanding of what the truth remains to be, much like I did in May of 2024 with my objection video responding to the whole ordeal. Kraken Serafina, formerly known as Queen Serafina, has recently released a long-awaited response to this video, where he routinely made the claim throughout the video that I am a deliberate liar and a sociopathic degenerate who will twist the truth to repair the damage done by the things he claims I've done. In reality, it is he who has done those very things and fits those very descriptors. I won't drag this intro out any further, as it's not needed. I just want to make it very clear before I get started that this guy is yet again completely lying, and I will show you why. This individual deserves zero credibility, and I believe those who aren't biased for either party will absolutely see that after this video. The first thing you'll notice is Kraken's video is nearly 4 hours long. If I attempted to respond word for word to everything said, I would be here until GTA 7 releases. It may seem like I'm jumping around for the first half of this video, but that's because I want to address things in a matter of most to least severe. The most important allegation he seems to make in the video to many is that I fabricated evidence. This is important to touch on before I go any further. Serafina attempts to show a clip from a rant video I uploaded onto my secondary channel to insinuate that I was admitting to fabricating evidence.
In one recent video, he actually said this.
Harp on that as hard as you fucking can. Say that I didn't show up to court. Say that I edited my posts and descriptions to fucking harass y'all about it. Cause guess what? I did every bit of it. You're damn right. I said every bit of what I fucking said. I wasn't gonna show up to court. Fuck Utah, and fuck you too.
Yes, he just straight up admits to fabricating his own evidence to defend himself from the biggest claims made against him in my first video. The video descriptions at the beginning of this video that I spent so much time debunking yeah, he just decided to admit it was all bullshit and that he was responsible for it anyways.
This is just plain wrong. I can't even argue that he cut me out of context because he didn't. The context is right there.
You even tried the legal IRL route. Didn't even work. And go ahead and fucking rest on that in your fucking video. Harp on that as hard as you fucking can. Say that I didn't show up to court. Say that I edited my posts and descriptions to fucking harass y'all about it. Cause guess what? I did every bit of it. You damn right. I said every bit of what I fucking said. I wasn't gonna show up to court. Fuck Utah and fuck you too. I'm not going there, so why do I fucking care?
I was bragging about the legal case regarding my ex going nowhere. Many people who have talked to Sera or Zhavia about me know that these people monitor my every move, and I used to edit my descriptions and channel pages to fuck with them about it. I wasn't doing this due to schizophrenia, I was doing it to troll them. Hell, even many people from the commentary community can remember I used to do this shit to troll people. They might even still have screenshots. Is it odd behavior? Yeah. Did I fabricate evidence or admit to it anywhere in that clip? No. And the full video is still on my secondary channel called Lord Cancerous. You can even go to right around 22 minutes and see it. At no point in the rest of the video does Serafina prove that I lied about anything or fabricated any kind of evidence. This is his resting point at the very end of the video, and it's very dishonest. I'm saving the debate portion for the later half of the video, but for now I wanted to get that out of the way. Most of the video is him making ad hominem attacks, insulting my appearance from very old photos of me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be real with you. Yeah, his mugshot makes him look like a complete homeless crackhead who's a little bit on the overweight side. You could definitely lose some weight though.
Which, if you ask me, looks pretty bad in a video that you're using to levy severe allegations at somebody. Oh, and by the way, I've been getting ripped, so yeah, fuck you, show your face.
I have quite the saga for all of you today. A person who can only be described as insane.
I'm not insane, I'm fucking tired.
Only a matter of time.
Well, yeah, it's been a while.
So I'm going to try and simplify this video by addressing the new allegations first, starting with the most severe. Those allegations include sharing CP and trying to justify it, grooming a 16-year-old girl, and, well, fabricating evidence in the original video. The list goes on, but these are the main talking points I want to focus on first.
So what I'm trying to explain to you is I don't care who done got me, I'm gonna get them first. You get me, I'm gonna get you.
In my opinion, the most severe and outrageous claim levied at me in this video is that I and my friends shared CP, and then I tried to justify it.
Yeah, so I've reached this part that I alluded to at the beginning of the video. There was an entire saga where Adept engaged in a, how do I put this, in uploading explicit content from a 17-year-old's, explicit content, let's just say. He fiercely denies this accusation, claiming that there's not enough evidence to back it up, but unfortunately for him, there's quite a bit to shoot that down. Now, this information all came from this guy, Renegade, who admittedly is not the brightest tool in the shed. Now, the main reason as to why he's a part of this story at all is because he engaged in shenanigans with people associated with Adept, which very quickly spiraled out of control. Renegade shared images and videos of himself at the age of 17, and those images/videos were leaked to his embarrassment. Now, regardless of the choices that he made, those images and videos are 100% CP.
Are you sure about that?
They are sexual acts that a minor is enacting upon themselves, clear as day. I think anybody can agree that you shouldn't share or engage with this kind of content because that is disgusting. It doesn't matter if the person who produced those images did something stupid, they were 17, it doesn't matter. However, in Adept's case, he thinks it's perfectly okay to share CP on YouTube because it doesn't fit his definition and he's totes innocent. The problem is that he attempted to use it as blackmail in a group chat because it was uploaded onto one of his channels. In the group chat, he attempts to hold the videos containing the CP over Renegade's head.
Alright, so in order to address all of this, I'm going to have to give a bit of context here. In early 2025, a friend of mine by the name of Isaiah got into a sexually charged relationship with a man by the name of Matthias. Most of you know him as Renegade Sniper at this point.
You know what his routine is? He masturbates 3 times a day.
Hold on a minute, I want to lay you on my lap right here and jack off to you.
He does read and play Fortnite and make up shit about people. That's all he does every single day.
Renegade Sniper would share explicit imagery of himself to Isaiah in an attempt to solicit payment for said content. Now, this was occurring at the same time that Isaiah was in a complicated relationship with another person, and that person had access to Isaiah's Discord because, well, Isaiah's a dumbass and forgot to change his password. One evening, I got a DM on Discord from Isaiah containing a screenshot of what appeared to be a sexually charged conversation between him and the sniper guy. This exact screenshot was also sent to several other people on Isaiah's friends list. Obviously, this was Isaiah's partner discovering the affair with Sniper and deciding to enact revenge on them. A lot of us simply joked at Isaiah for it, and nobody was really sharing it around in a public capacity, and nobody really cared to mess with the Sniper guy about it, despite his claims that we were. Sniper's original reaction to the DMs being leaked was to basically freak out, as anyone would, but in his original reaction, he never claimed to have been 17 years old. He only claimed that his nudes were leaked, and after it was clarified that Isaiah's ex had only screenshotted the conversation to us from his account and that nobody was maliciously going after him at the time, Renegade seemed to have calmed down. Until many of months later when he decided to randomly message Isaiah's brother that me and his other friends were sharing his nudes. At least some of you at this point know that Renegade likes to randomly freak the fuck out for no reason after seeming like he's all good.
Dude was extremely spurty.
Yeah.
To such a degree where I had to take over being his wrangler because Sera refused to talk to him when he would freak the hell out and say, I don't want to make the video. I don't want you guys making the video anymore. Stop making the video. I don't want you to make the video anymore. Because he's paranoid about Neff finding where he is and sending him and getting him arrested, because in his country, it's illegal to smoke weed.
Right.
And apparently, dude is Stoner 101.
Mm-hmm.
So this is unsurprising in retrospect. Now, I decided to try and confront Renegade, friendly of course, upon seeing this screenshot, because I felt bad that this guy genuinely believed that I was actively harassing him or something. So I tried to friend request him, only to get this message followed by an immediate block. Frustrated, I then upload the infamous video to my channel. It is important to clarify what the video was before we go forward. It was not a nude video. It was a recording of me laughing at the screenshot of the original leaked DM that had a still frame of the nude video visible in it. Yes, the non-nude video that I tried to argue was non-nude. Yes. This was how Kraken Serafina was able to convince everybody that, I was guilty, because he really harped hard on that right there. That argument was dumb, but I'll explain myself.
How much would you pay for stuff like this? Ooh, I got more. Jeez, freaking wow! Okay, wow! Not gonna lie, that's really nice.
Now, little did we know back then, Renegade would later claim that in the leaked DMs, he shared a video of himself at age 17. Now, this raises several questions, obviously. First of all, why would you share a video of you supposedly at age 17 to somebody and then try to solicit money for it? Sniper's original defense was, I didn't remember that I was 17 in this video, which doesn't make much sense considering that he not only admitted that he was well over the age of 21 in that video, but he also posted it publicly onto several forums within the last year as well. Not only does this completely dismantle the revenge porn claim, considering in order for something to be revenge porn, it has to have been exclusively private, it also contradicts the claim that I shared CP. It's also worth noting that Renegade tried to claim Isaiah knowingly bought child porn from him, which is completely untrue.
Also, there's something I probably have to show you. This is Ookami trying to buy shit from me. Basically, this is proof that he did this. He sent me money for that stuff. And the thing is, the images or videos that I sent him at the time was purely stuff like after I was 18.
Isaiah was sending him money to be a good friend, and, he just lies and lies. I'm sure the question now is, well, why would you attempt to defend posting it? My answer is, in my mind, at the time of uploading that video to YouTube, not only was that video publicly shared before, I also knew that he was an adult given on the past conversations he had with Isaiah. He never once told Isaiah that he was 17 in that video that he shared. Only after the leak began by the YouTube video did he start to magically remember that he was 17 in the video. Coupling that with the fact that we knew Sniper was a fan of trying to be a porn star based on him claiming he owned an account on Pornhub, I think the accusations should be more along the lines of Austin hurt his content creation business at worst. Never in my mind was I intentionally sharing CP and then trying to argue my way out of it. My opinions of the video being nude or not are stupid, but irrelevant when presented with the facts of the situation. Was uploading it to humiliate him petty? Absolutely. But when you hear about this individual's depraved actions, you'll probably start to feel less bad for him. Now, I'm sure what Serafina is going to say in response to this is that I faked the evidence, as he done throughout his entire Lord of the Rings movie.
However, to the contrary, Adept once again uses fake screenshots of a totally real conversation Renegade and I had. Yeah, you guys totally can't see the fact that the text is so fucking deep fried to hell that every single edge reeks of spacing errors. Oh, but don't worry, I'm sure CP enthusiast over here could try and fake more conversations to try and convince you otherwise.
Oh, the irony, as you'll see later in this video. He can claim the evidence I've presented for this is fake all he wants, just like his second X chromosome, but to throw a baseless counterclaim like that would be just as easy to do to you.
Hey, what's up guys, Adepti here, Draw Them Bigger, and I'm just here to let you know that this screenshot is fake because it is horrible quality, sir. You can see all the spacing errors and all the pixels, and dude, you just faked this shit, okay? I have no evidence that you did it other than me saying you did it, and people are just gonna take me at my word. But you faked this because it's a bad quality screenshot, sir. Okay? I'm a girl.
He even goes as far to claim that I AI generated a swatting call that I have up until this point never released to anyone. While on the topic, it's also important to address the behavior of Renegade Sniper himself, since he's now involved. On multiple different occasions, Sniper has been caught having sexually charged relationships with children younger than the age of 13. Even in Serafina's video, he's shown to be a creep who tries to blame it on a friend being on his account. I personally was sent some of the things about him from some of those he victimized, which included, but are not limited to, a 12 and 13-year-old child. He also had an extremely inappropriate relationship some years ago with a close friend of mine who was 16 at the time. Serafina was properly warned about this. I made a video on my Lord Cancerous channel firmly warning him of who he was in contact with and why this person was dangerous.
So go ahead and make a video defending this guy, who we have been telling you is a pedophile. Go ahead and think there's no danger in doing that. Think there's nothing wrong with defending this guy. Please just go ahead and defend him in your video.
But Serafina's excuse for defending a child predator in order to go after me is, well, I think it's only fair to use his words.
I am not here to defend somebody if they have done something wrong. My purpose here is to share information that I have received from other parties, regardless if the party itself is questionable or not. At the end of the day, from what I am showing here, that information is all that matters. Because of course, I know where this is going. Because I may have used information that came from somebody who did really bad shit, that also means that the information that I use is immediately discredited, but that's not how this works. Ah yes, I should be cordial with the guy who excused posting CP.
By the way, Sera, I'm not friends or cordial with Bloodlord. I even said that publicly. But since you think I am...
I just watched Queen Serafina's newest video about a Deepdive where he defended a pedophile, aka a pdf.org.com file www/ I don't give a fuck. That's why he's still a nigger tranny bitch in every single way.
Flashback.
Fuck you, nigger pussy. Tranny motherfucking nigger bitch.
End of flashback.
And you had to change your OC because your last one was cringe and you're still cringe and you need to get a job.
Yes, this guy made a full-blown serious exposed video on the guy that said that. This dude's funny, man. Like, why would you take him so seriously?
You're a worthless piece of shit. Just go kill yourself, man. Go grab a shotgun and shoot yourself in the fucking face with it. Because that's all you're good for. Fucking Miss Anthro, little shithead. Go fucking...
These people fuck with autistic people so hard, but when they fuck with someone who can actually swing back at them, they get all serious. Like, come on, dude.
We're having a running theme here, by the way.
Notice how throughout this segment, I never discredited Sera's information based on the fact that he platformed Sniper alone. I discredited Sera based on the facts of the situation. Those facts being, Sniper was not 17 in the video, Sniper shared the video publicly many times prior to me even knowing who he was, and Serafina, who was fairly warned of the person he was teaming up with, decided that defending someone who is a confirmed child predator would be an excellent idea as long as he says, I don't endorse this behavior. I'm a good person with mommy milk or titties. You're far from that, sir. To briefly touch on the claim of blackmail as well, the videos I was agreeing to take down were the videos we did making fun of him on my Rumble channel. The video itself you showed was uploaded prior to the conversation you showed on screen. Again, I can't stress this enough that at the time of even uploading this, that exact video in the screenshot was publicly available on several different places. So no, I did not upload revenge porn to YouTube. And Renegade knew this despite the claim of revenge porn, because he quickly tried to wipe all the evidence before running to you. I'll leave a few links in the description of the interviews and stuff that I did with the victims and the original time that I outed him to showcase that Serafina was fully aware that he was defending a monster and didn't care. One last thing to point out is that Serafina, or Matthias at this point, has shown zero evidence that he was actually 17 in that exact video at all, despite him claiming that he verified it. Meanwhile, here you go, again.
And the thing is, the images or videos that I sent him at the time was purely stuff like after I was 18.
How could he have a sex toy that he bought at age 21 when he was 17? Did he fucking time travel or something?
The information that he provided to people is verified. He shared his screen. These are conversations that actually happened.
If you verified such information, then how come you didn't verify Sniper's age in the very video? You know, the most important part of your whole attack on me? But don't worry, I did that for you.
Seem bad.
You have proof of this.
Unfortunately, that is the issue. I do not. And it's one of those moments where, like, people have to trust me on my word.
So you wanted people to trust you at your word that you were 17 in the video that you shared to Isaiah, but you also admitted in this very conversation you were over 18, and you've admitted in other occasions that you were over 18 as well. Yeah, Sera, not a good look on your whole I did the verification thing. If you verified such information, then before you make such a dangerous claim about me, maybe show such information before you publicly do so, instead of, as Kumo put it,
I'm a big boy and so is everyone else in your audience. It's kind of ridiculous to just tell everyone what to think.
This is why you deserve no credibility or respect in anything you have ever done. I plan to address your collaborators later in the video, but I do want to point out that I think it's pretty funny that they were all making fun of me for sharing CP.
Oh man, I could have sent revenge porn of a minor or something, and I'd still be a better person than you because I pay taxes and have a job.
And now they all look fucking stupid. One more thing to add to this segment before I move on. I had to let a few people fact check me on some things before I finalized this. I never really touched on why I uploaded this dude's stuff to YouTube in the first place, and that's, well, because fuck him. If he's gonna accuse me of sharing around something that was publicly accessible, I'm gonna fucking do it. At the time of uploading the leaked DMs, I had no idea that he would even begin to start claiming he was 17. That was something that he invented after the fact so he could run to his YouTube daddy.
This nigga actually ran to tell his daddy.
I also want to point out that with all that talk about me being arrested and waiting on the cops to do their job, which I'll get into shortly, I think it's crazy that Sera's first idea when approached with this information was to say, give it to me so I can make a video. This was also a major flaw that detractors of Serafina had with the first video, and here he is doing it again. This dude really wants you to think he's just here to give you information, but he's very eager to accept and receive whatever dirt he can on me, whether it's accurate or not, just so he could make some fucking drama out of it. He says in the video that, you know, he knows I wouldn't be arrested for a misdemeanor.
A state is not going to extradite somebody to another state over the charges of harassment.
But sharing a child porn is a felony, the last time I checked, in all 50 states. So, I mean, if you reported me to the police, I'm pretty sure I'd be back in jail. This is why people need to fact check this person before they blindly believe a word he says, because right now I wouldn't be talking to you if I did share child porn. If my prior criticisms of the commentary community stand to be accurate, no one will ever fact check this person. They're just gonna believe him at his word, but whatever. Anyways, on to the next. Oh, I almost forgot. Sniper is also a fan of fake accounts. On this account that he used to fake his death, he admitted that the messages from and to the aforementioned 13-year-old were real. However, he says that me and another friend spammed the account in 2022, when what actually happened was Sniper went through and cleared the DMs once he found out that we had them. That way he could say they were fake. Before you say that this account is not Sniper, Sniper already has a history of using fake accounts. In the comments section of Serafina's video, he was using this new FNBot 2023 account, and it was clearly him speaking. However, a few months ago, he was using the same account in the comments of my ex's channel, pretending to be a friend rather than being Sniper himself. And if you look back at the Freja account, the pattern is identical. Not only does this basically confirm these accounts are him, it also confirms that Sniper changes his story all the time. One minute he was 17 in the video, the next minute he was over 18, but it's still just not okay for us to share the public video around. One minute we faked all the DMs with the child, the next minute they are real, but it turns out it was just us on an alt account in 2022 trying to set him up, or trying to set his friend that was on his account up, or I don't know. I didn't even know this dude in 2022. The entire Sniper saga has been incredibly frustrating to say the least, which was why I was hoping it wouldn't be weaponized against me, so I didn't have to discuss it anymore, but alas, here we are. The only possible rebuttal I can think Sera will try is to say that I was acknowledging the fact that he was 17 in those videos and the DMs that he has from one of our group chats. I was simply entertaining the conversation. Despite this conversation and what I said in it, we knew that Matthias had shared this content around online. We knew he was not 17 in that video. We just wanted him to either tell the truth and fess up, or give us more contradictory evidence to defend ourselves with, should that time arise. And I guess that time was now.
But just straight up, he's a registered pedophile.
One thing you'll notice is Serafina loves to gather help from his community when making a video defaming someone. When I responded to him, I didn't get anyone to help me or collaborate with me, aside from getting friends to read a few messages and things like that. I came at you by myself, and I'm still coming at you by myself. You have to respond by assembling the entire administration of Reddit. I don't know what Gilded Poo or this Lou person had to do with our beef, but it's worth responding to at least some of these people. The main one being an individual by the name of Papa Topher. Papa Topher is someone I don't know very well, admittedly. We became acquainted a long time ago, thanks to a forum website I used to use in my childhood, known as 3DS Plaza, but Papa Topher makes many claims in his segment of the video, such as claiming I am a groomer, and saying that I commit domestic violence against women, or implicating it. The main one I want to focus on first is the claim that I am a pedophile.
Unfortunately, he was ousted from our friend group for grooming a child.
Like being intimate with a 16-year-old girl.
The name Austin Fortson and Database have a lot in common. Particularly, they both really seem to like underage girls. My issue is, Austin, you sexted a 16-year-old. You threatened and berated her constantly. And when she wanted to break up with you, you threatened to post her nudes on a forum for 3DS users. Epstein Almighty, you're a predator.
I couldn't possibly have groomed or preyed on this minor if I was also a minor myself at the time of this alleged conduct occurring. And one of the very screenshots Topher shares to try and prove his entire case, he also shoots himself in the foot. You see the date here that says October 24th, 2017? That would make me 18 years and 1 month old at the time of this conversation. And in the state of Alabama, where I am from, the age of majority is 19. Furthermore, the age of consent is 16, which is the exact age of this supposed minor that I groomed. I understand the nature of some of my behavior towards this girl was completely unacceptable, even considering my age.
Bitch, T-H-O-T-T-I-E. You sucking on some dick while you lying through your teeth.
But the one thing I did not do was threaten to leak this 16-year-old's nudes. The only proof of this occurring is from a screenshot of an account labeled Hiatus threatening to do it. That conveniently is the only screenshot from back then without my actual name on it.
Which is why you got another account to do it.
I don't know how else to prove that this isn't me writing this, but considering what I have shown to the audience, you are free to draw your own conclusions.
And before you say, well, what about the apology video that you made 10 years ago responding to the friends that were calling you out for your treatment of this girl?
I am an 18-year-old up-and-coming, rapper. I work with computers. I like helping people. This is a video of me saying, I know I fucked up. I know I've lost a lot of my friends. And potentially a stable friendship with one of probably the best friends I've ever met. And I potentially lost the best girl in the world. I should never have done the things that I've done to you and used what you trusted me with against you.
I wasn't talking about her nudes because, as far as I can remember, she never actually sent me any nudes. The most she ever sent me was like a picture of her cleavage with a shirt on, I think. But again, we were both children, so I mean, I don't know. I also never saved it. It doesn't really matter. If you guys want to say I had CP or that I engaged in grooming because I, as a child, had a relationship with another child, you're stupid. Pretty disingenuous, to say the least, of Serafina to openly lob one of the worst labels a person can get onto me while completely ignoring the basic facts of the situation. The commentary community literally has defended people for larger age gaps, so I don't even know why or how this is a point. The groomer and pedophile thing honestly gets overused by this community and the internet to the point where it almost devalues the experiences of actual victims. Also interesting to note that we haven't heard shit from the alleged victim herself, yet here we are weaponizing this supposed trauma of hers to go after somebody that you don't like. Do you really care about the victims of this type of shit, considering that is almost your entire channel's history?
Well, we're having a running theme here, by the way.
Austin has uploaded a lot of very low quality videos in the past few weeks. In part my fault. And as someone who really cannot stand a poor effort, I'd love to give some analysis. We've got a new video here by the title of
My Face When Kraken Serafina Doxes Me.
To be honest with you, this video fucking sucks. Sitting at an abhorrent 21 minutes, it's full of long breaks of silence, almost no actual video or evidence of any of the claims he makes beyond a single screenshot, and worst of all, constant microphone popping. For a man that claims to make 20 grand monthly, he has no fucking clue where to buy a pop filter.
It's strange that he would open up with such a strong claim about me grooming a child and then immediately divert to the quality of my content. For those who don't know, I have a rant channel called Lord Cancerous, where I post rants that I don't really edit or do much else with. Some of them are pretty long, low quality, and honestly meant for you to listen to while you're gaming or wanting to fall asleep. I don't intend for those videos to be high quality, as you're well aware that I am capable of producing a structured video. I just don't want to on that channel. That channel's meant for lower quality content. A lot of content creators have channels like that. I mean, your entire channel is that. I don't have time to. I really don't even want to spend the time making this video. But it's still strange that you called me a groomer and then talked about, oh yeah, go buy a pop filter, bro.
The Austin I knew only wanted to share his spit with 16-year-olds, not his massive audience of 25 people.
Actually, buddy, it's 27 people. But of course I wouldn't expect a guy who bragged about gaining 4 subscribers for being in a 16k sub YouTuber's video to know the difference.
Anyway, I've done the courtesy of editing down his pitiful excuse for content, and have decided I'd offer him some feedback.
Y'all watch me like a fucking hawk watching a mouse.
We're seconds into the video, and already we're hit with irony. Austin, I left 3 comments on a video about you from 2 years ago, on a channel not owned by you, and in response, you released 2 videos about me within the span of hours.
And your point is? Am I not allowed to address what you had to say about me publicly in the comments of a public video that anyone can find on the internet with my username in the title? It's also interesting that the guy with 47 subscribers wants to give me feedback on a video that wasn't even fully about him, instead of the videos he claims I posted about it.
On both instances, you tagged me in the description trying to get my attention, practically begging me to respond to you.
And you did! Congratulations! Giving me exactly what you think I wanted! Fucking stupid. Unlike you, I'm going to make sure you see what I had to say about you, unlike you running to the catacombs of some transvestite and clinging onto his fading relevancy.
You even got your friends to insult me on my YouTube page, accusing me of being someone I'm not, and accusing me of being a pedophile.
First of all, 2 of the accounts you showed were mine. Secondly, Blitz's account is not mine. He was literally a part of my original response to Sera, where we were reading the emails.
Welcome back to That Blitzy Reading. I'm your host, Blitz E-Reading. Are you a closet transsexual?
I don't know why they don't think he's a real person, and I don't really care, but here he could speak for himself.
Listen, guys, I have a plan.
Hoo-hoo! A plan for what?
To delete database productions from the internet once and for all.
Oh, really?
Fucking finally! Yes, sir, and it's called the Database Destruction Plan.
Yeah, 'cause I'm tired of him saying we need to get off our computers and go get girlfriends and jobs.
Did you say you're giving hand jobs? 'Cause my wood is very hard right now. Yes, with this plan, it will show Database that we're not the House of Transvestite Gooners, but the House of L. Are we gonna swat his family again? No! An even better plan! My plan is to hire a hitman and destroy Database Productions once and for all. And there he is, right there. Shadow, I want you to eliminate Database. And if you do, I'll give you spoiled milk, cheese that got mold on it, and a glass of raindrop water. So what do you say? Fuck! Fuck it, we'll just swat his mom and sister again.
Topher also claims that I post AI content to all of these channels, and this is a very frequent argument of theirs, yet the only channel I post AI content to would be the Adepti music channel. The only other channel I've ever done was the Poonerchan Convoy channel, which is long gone. The other channel shown in this is one that I'm posting this video on. That's it. Now, I want to address the "he thinks I'm a person I'm not" claim. Originally, when Topher came out and got in bed with Serafina, I was told by an old 3DS Plaza friend that this was the account of a man named Rob, formerly known as Artichoking, that was his old channel name, and it's one of the people that Topher and I were friends with, as he mentioned earlier. Hence why Blitz and I said the things we did here. Rob is a weird character, much like some of Topher's other friends, as you'll see, but the mistaken identity is honestly irrelevant to the whole plot here. Rob or Topher, it doesn't really matter to me who you are. You could be fucking Epstein for all I care. You're helping spread false allegations about me, that's all that matters.
To set the record straight, Austin, I don't watch you like a hawk. I don't watch you at all. I don't think about you. You're not worth it.
I think you're full of shit considering you joined the ranks of somebody who literally admitted that his community stalks my every move.
Also, by the way, it's not even me doing it, like 99% of the time. It's just other people sending me the stupid shit that you say on a regular basis and me just sitting there observing.
Also, in your comments on the original Serafina video where you tried to reach out to him, you literally admitted that you have been downloading my videos from the Database Productions channel since 2018. So I mean, if you don't stalk my every move, how would you be aware of anything that I'm up to?
I haven't said anything about you in 8 years, and the second I did, you lost your shit. You sad, lonely, miserable excuse for a man.
Well, let me ask you this. What's more pathetic? A guy who responded to the shit you claimed about him, or the fact that you are literally best friends with a person who is a self-proclaimed lolicon enthusiast? Now, for a bit of context before I play this clip, there's this guy called Fat Cat that Topher and Rob used to send to harass me back in 2017, 2018. They would tell this guy to go on places like Vidly and YouTube to make videos calling me a pedophile.
But just straight up, he's a registered pedophile.
What I'm going to do here is showcase his profile on Steam and show the kind of person he is, and then let you compare it to the fact that Serafina and Topher have both called me a pedophile, and Serafina himself has made content condemning the sharing of lolicon stuff.
I just wanted to showcase one of their close friends, one of their only other friends. Now, keep in mind, they keep saying that they need to keep the kids away from me. Meet Loopy the Forgiven, or as we know him, Fat Cat. We take a look at his games, okay? This is all his games. Now, he owns a shit ton of games, just normal stuff for the most part. Look at the perfect games, Those are the games that you have gotten all achievements in. Okay, now, out of all these awesome looking games that, like Team Fortress 2 and Bloons Tower Defense, Black Ops 3, Marvel Rivals, some of these great games that a lot of people have gotten perfect in. Look at the ones he specifically gotten perfect in. Oh, but they need to keep the kids away from me, right? This guy is full force jerking off to cartoon versions of underage girls. And yet, what did you say about me? And in case you want to say this isn't Fat Cat, everybody knows what he looks like. Okay, this is him. And Topher, you do associate with this guy, just so you know. And Serafina should be aware as well. He was made aware of Renegade Sniper. He's going to be made aware of you too.
Oh, what about the Steam group that you operate where people talk about having sex with animals? Who's really more pathetic, me or you? Also worth noting, Serafina completely dismissed this stuff in his video. Yeah.
In this desperate attempt to make it seem like you're trying to better yourself. But don't worry, you have to find something on Topher and claim that he's a part of some weird, degenerate groups where, yeah, people are just posting about themselves passing away from excessive diarrhea. Yeah, quite the terrible groups that Topher is a part of.
Notice anything about this screenshot? Notice how he didn't scroll to the comments that are in the group that anyone can go see? Dude is trying to cover up for the fact that he knowingly sided with a pedophile and then sided with a zoophile who is publicly friends with a lolicon enjoyer. The same type of shit that Serafina has spoken out against. Yeah, not a great look. It's unsurprising seeing your poor attempt at deflection.
It's just... how do you have that much time on your fucking hands?
I could ask you the same thing. You've released
6 videos
over the 10-minute mark in the last 3 weeks, 2 of which over half an hour long. I made 3 short comments and put out a single community post about you.
None of those videos you showed, with the exception of the first one, were about you exclusively, sir. You are not that important. And again, acting like you have the right to publicly out me for horrid crimes without me being allowed to respond. Buddy, I got freedom of speech.
It's not like I'm doing anything fucking interesting.
I agree with you here, Austin. You aren't interesting at all. You're a dime a dozen, slovenly, wretched predator that feeds on misery.
If I'm not interesting, then why did you take it upon yourself to be included in this video? Quite literally proving my point.
You're desperate to appear tough and intellectual, but you can't go 5 minutes without crying to your 25 subscribers about how hard your life is because internet strangers hate you. You offer absolutely nothing to the world.
You serve zero purpose
beyond vitriol and malice, and it makes me genuinely happy to see how upset you are over someone remembering who you are and what you've done, you pig.
Can you find any clips or posts where I said that you guys had the ability to make my life horrible? Because last time I checked, I still have my business, I still have my car, I still have all the money in my pocket. I mean, this video's been out for probably a while now at the time of this video being posted, and I don't see my life being horrible. I've publicly stated before that my life does not revolve around the internet. That is an idea that you guys have invented. Again, I think all of these insults are full of complete irony coming from the guy who literally bragged about getting 4 new subscribers on his failed music channel. Congrats, buddy. Here's to the next 4.
In fact, I'm proving you all wrong in most cases.
Austin, you released 2 40-minute videos accusing me of being someone I'm not. I wouldn't call throwing tantrums proof of anything, beyond proving how utterly pathetic you are, you sad little man-child.
No, I released 1 video about you. They were both literally the same thing, just 1 cut shorter, and 2, all you keep mentioning my 40-minute long rant videos, but neglected to consider the fact that you spent 2 years making 1 video about me. You and your community have spent more time documenting my so-called degeneracy than I have recording rant videos on my second channel. Yes, those videos can be hours long at times, but they are literally just raw recordings that I don't really edit. It takes me that amount of time to record, then I just upload them. You act like I spend all day online when there are sometimes months in between uploads. But of course, you knew this because you stalk my every move.
A certain individual was sharing around archived data about an arrest. For the record, the case that I was arrested for, dismissed, expunged, sealed. But the fact that you have to go on a third-party website to find it should kind of prove something to you.
I'd like to mention that record of your arrest is still publicly available in the Greenville Advocate. Since you say your own full legal name in this video, that means you've made that also public record. So, here's a QR code to a public article listing your arrest for cyberstalking.
This was probably the dumbest point he made in the video. For those who don't know, I got arrested a few years ago for a completely unrelated case, but the charges were later thrown out. Serafina has been doxing this now expunged information for many months now. This was a comment that Renegade Sniper left me on one of my videos where he says that Serafina sent him a public website that contained my mugshot. And the problem with that is this website removed my mugshot many a month ago. And he says that it's a public website. Yet that page is not public anymore. The only thing is they have an archive of it, not a public page. It does not matter when you found it. As of right now, it is no longer public. Regardless of me saying my legal name in the video, the record was, legally speaking, expunged. Here is proof of it. My arrest being mentioned in the newspaper has nothing to do with the expungement that happened years later. Expungement means that once it is expunged, from that date onward, it is no longer public record. Just because you know how to use Google, it doesn't override Alabama state law. Furthermore, arrests are almost always put into newspapers. Whether they result in convictions or not is irrelevant. Also, I was not charged with cyberstalking. Even if I had been, I was never convicted. You know, people sometimes get arrested for things they didn't really do, right? Mentioning this is quite literally doxing, even if you argue that the newspaper hasn't removed my information and it's still public. There's no point in getting them to at this point. I have every right to be upset that you and Serafina have publicized a case that was quite literally and legally none of your fucking business, and that you weaponized it to spread around these claims about me being a child molester. That is quite literally the definition of slander.
Type it. You can't find it by typing in a Deepdive. You find it by typing in Austin Fortson. You don't type it in. You don't type in database and find it.
Psst. Between you and me, Austin, criminal records are kept on a thing called a database.
And your point is? Again, case is literally expunged, buddy. That means it is literally erased in most cases. The only exception being if I were applying to, say, a job trying to work for the FBI or something.
My government name was not public information.
Whether or not that was true before, it definitely is now. So, once again, here's a QR code linking to a record of your arrest.
And here's a QR code to a song that you personally need to listen to.
Here's where his bizarre rant completely falls apart.
Topher doxed me, Zhavia doxed me, and now you have.
I feel it would be remiss of me to call anything Austin puts out coherent, but this part of the video just completely demolishes everything he was trying to say. Austin states very clearly right here that Serafina was apparently the third person to dox him, ignoring the fact that, thus far, he has provided zero evidence of Serafina actually having done this.
I literally showed it in the video. I mean, the very video you are reacting to. Renegade Sniper talked about seeing my mugshot over a month before Kraken Serafina's video released. And then Kraken Sera's video releases, and my fucking mugshot is in it. What more proof do you need?
You can't dox someone twice, even if Austin's absurd claim held any merit at all. By his own admission, Serafina hasn't revealed any private information about him. If you've already been doxed, then the information is already public.
You heard it here, folks. Just because somebody has been doxed before, it is okay to continue doing it. It is okay for Serafina to dox me because other people have doxed me prior to him. Yeah, that is the most unethical, stupid, fucking thing you have said. Remember when they said I doxed Zhavia? You know, Zhavia has literally doxed everybody in the world.
Unbeknownst to me at the time, though, this is something Zhavia would do regularly. They'd share roleplay screenshots, read them off, or leak personal information about their exes.
But the minute I supposedly share her information around, all of a sudden you feel like you gotta go.
I have quite the saga for all of you today.
But other people have doxed her before me. So even if I had doxed Zhavia with weird links on my channel, it doesn't matter, because Zhavia got doxed before. Congratulations, I can now say that because you said it. Also, something to point out, if Serafina didn't have my government name in the first place, or none of them did, then they would have never found my fucking mugshot to begin with. You see, Zhavia was the only person who had it, and Zhavia, who in the past denied ever handing it to people like Monstrous or Serafina, literally had to give it to them in order for them to find it. What's even more hypocritical is Serafina got upset at Kumo for thinking that he was asking for Zhavia's docs.
You're making claims. Those claims need to be verified. This is the problem.
I'm not gonna give you Z's docs. I'm not gonna give you Z's docs. It's not gonna happen.
Z has everyone else's docs. I'm not interested in Z's docs. I don't know why you're trying to present it like this. I want to verify that what you're saying is even fucking true.
So you don't want to give out Zhavia's docs, but you'll give people my docs. Oh yeah, consistent fucking logic you have there, Spidercock.
That shit is expunged. It's sealed. Legally speaking, it never occurred.
Legally, no. Editorially, QR code.
Without realizing it, he literally proves my point by admitting that it was something that I was never convicted for. Congratulations, you just defeated yourself. If you're gonna sit on here and use the law to argue that me being with a 16-year-old at 18 was illegal, even though you don't even know Alabama state law, then I can use the law to defend myself and say that, technically speaking, and realistically speaking, I'm not fucking guilty. That crime, not only was I never found guilty for it, I never even it never even happened, legally speaking.
Now you see my frustration. I have every fucking right in the world right now to go on Kiwi Farms, to go on Reddit, and drop all y'all's fucking shit.
Ignoring the fact that Austin has literally no idea who I am, he has every right to whine about whoever he wants on a public forum. But let's be honest, this isn't a threat, is it? Kiwi Farms and Reddit are not his personal army. They don't care about him, and will ban him on sight. No one in any corner of the internet gives a shit about you, Austin. You are nothing more than fodder for ridicule, and that's all you'll ever amount to.
Good thing I never said or implied that they were my personal army. Also, you say no one gives a shit about me, but you guys do. You made literally a 4-hour-long autobiography about the thing that you guys make up in your head. You monitor my every move online, and I think the thousands of people who did care to hear my side of the story seem to quite care a bit about who's actually in the right. Just because it's a bunch of you versus one guy, it doesn't add weight to your claims. That alone makes you appear cowardly. Also, Kiwi Farms does care about Serafina quite a bit.
This is my entire criminal record, by the way. Checker does show charges too. I was arrested when I was 15 for getting into a fight. When I turned 18 or 19 or whatever, it was expunged.
He does a lot of these weird notes on the screen, but this one says that I lied about what I was arrested for with no proof. Now tell me, what would I gain by lying about going to jail? I literally went through the effort of having my adult record expunged, which means I don't normally want people to know these things about me. Why would I invent a story like this? For the record, I did go to jail when I was 15 for fighting my stepdad. Those records are expunged because I was a minor. In Alabama, minors can be prosecuted for things like battery or assault, although they are typically handled in juvenile court. Don't really know what the point of accusing me of lying is, but okay.
And then I got arrested in 2024 for another unrelated case. Domestic violence is what the charge was. It was a misdemeanor. It was like the lowest one you could get.
The strawman of all strawmen, ladies and gentlemen. I never downplayed domestic violence against women. I downplayed the severity of my case, mine alone, and given that it was thrown out of court, I think I have a right to do so. For someone who acts so prickly and intelligent with his British accent and all these big words, he sure seems pretty fucking stupid or just blatantly dishonest. I'm leaning towards it being both.
That got dismissed and expunged. It's not on my record. It's none of y'all's fucking business, man.
The problem is, Austin, it is our business, because women have a right to know if you're a danger to them.
Which you are.
Ah, yes, so all the women that I will encounter in my life will just magically know that I went by Database Productions, and they will type that specifically into the YouTube search bar so they know how dangerous I am. What Topher did here was pretty fucking stupid though, because he basically just snitched on Serafina. Not long before Serafina's video released, a girl that I was seeing on and off randomly got this text message after she posted some selfies of us hanging out on social media. Serafina completely denies him or his people having anything to do with sending the message.
Okay, so this is stuff that you do. You contact people's families and friends and stuff.
Yeah, if you notice consistently in the stuff that he brought up in his first video of contacting people's families or people within their lives, yeah, I never did that. That was Lio doing it. Not to blame Lio for literally everything that happened, but I'm not the one who did that.
Now, I should have told her not to post anything while tagging me. That much is my fault. After all, these people monitor my every move and who I associate with. But the reason I am telling you this is because Topher literally just said that women need to be aware of me, aware of things I never did. Now, I'm not going to definitively claim this is concrete proof of them doing anything, but I do think nonetheless it is quite interesting to point out.
Y'all so fucking worried about me. Why don't y'all go get some fucking money, man? Get some fucking paper in your pocket.
Alright guys, fuck, I admit it. I'm a hypocrite because I used to have no money when I was a kid. Gee, he sure got me there. I got plenty of that now though.
And this person that said I'm spurging, spurred these nuts.
Okay. Well,
I got wheels on my truck that's worth more than your house, so shut up. What you think and what you know are two totally different things, fuck boy.
I have a lot of things wrong with me. Let's just put it that way. And, I'm probably mentally ill to a degree. I'm not going to deny that I've done horrible crooked shit to people. I'm not going to deny that I am a bad person. You don't have to do all this to prove that I'm a bad guy. I'm a bad guy. There you go. I've never said I was innocent, man.
Ignoring the fact that you're completely full of shit here, at least we agree on something. You are horrible.
So I'm completely full of shit there, but at the same time, you agree with what I had to say, even though you just called it full of shit.
Y'all can say and post whatever y'all fucking want. Old rap songs from when I was 16, old fat pictures of me, mugshots, and whatever.
It is quite funny how you've brought this up for multiple videos in a row. You sound very insecure about it.
Being insecure about private information being leaked on the internet by a band of degenerates? Yeah, absolutely.
I dare y'all to post some actual current stuff.
I mean, sure, if you want something recent. Remember that Renegade Sniper person you just brought up? Here's a screenshot of you from the 10th of March of 2026, pretending to be me and telling someone I don't even know to kill himself. And a ChatGPT copy of my profile picture, Austin. For shame. I suppose actually downloading my profile picture would have been more effort than you're capable of, you lazy sack of shit.
First of all, I was not attempting to impersonate you. No one wants to be you, dude. And second of all, I was mocking you as evidenced by the GPT parody. Obviously, I had to download your profile picture if I wanted to. I don't know, use it in ChatGPT to make fun of you. And third, Sniper knew that I wasn't you, dude. In that very screenshot, you literally showed a voice note with my voice in it.
So, unfortunately, yes, I'm gonna have to mention the stuff with you. I'm gonna have to prove what kind of person you are.
Wouldn't I not want my voice to be heard if I was trying to convince someone I was you?
You're obsessed with a literal nobody. It's pathetic how you've stalked him, but hey, maybe you'll change my mind with the other 3.5 hours. Or you could block me. Wouldn't be a surprise. So Dargan's, I think, like, a second in command when it comes to this person, which I'm just...
That's insane, dude.
Dude, welcome to the vice presidency of the CP.
That'll conclude the Topher segment of this video. Topher, I hope you get whatever you wanted out of this, even though after this video releases, I'm not sure how much that'll matter. You're absolutely in the right to call my behavior towards my ex back then absolutely abhorrent. That absolutely was abusive behavior. And I never will excuse myself, even if I was only a child. I'm not saying that to make it seem like I'm bettering myself or to garner sympathy. I absolutely want people to be angry at me for how I treated her. I'm saying this so I can take accountability for myself so I can feel better about myself. Because you seem to think I'm only doing this for some kind of image restoration. I don't care about my image. I know I'm a bad person. I have done slimy shit. I'm not afraid to admit it. The problem I have is you guys try to weaponize this stuff to illustrate the idea that I have a record of doing it. Problem is, Sera, the difference between the stuff Topher says I did and the stuff you say I did is that I didn't do almost anything like you've claimed I've done. I'll respond to the rebuttal of this later in the video, but for now, I did do absolutely horrible shit to my ex in 2018, but my ex Zhavia is nowhere close to being that much of a victim. You invented a fake screenshot or account saying that I threatened to share her nudes simply to make it seem more like a convincing story. I mean, this doesn't even look like Discord even back then. But go ahead, invent more screenshots to counter me with while you're at it, including rant videos that I supposedly made with Grand Theft Auto 4 gameplay, even though I couldn't even run that game back then on the setup I had.
I was only 17 as well, so we were both minors when we begun dating, and we had sexual conversations and did sexual things to each other way before my 18th birthday, and even after my 18th birthday. She herself told me that the age of consent in California is 16.
I could barely run games like GTA 3 or Vice City. I didn't even get a gaming computer capable of even running San Andreas at 30 FPS until late 2019 when I started making commentary content. Oh, but you just downloaded GTA 4 gameplay. Even if I did, you also distorted and lowered the fuck out of the quality to make it seem like a really old video. And you went as far as using the same text-to-speech voice used in the videos on the Topher channels to make it a more convincing case. I'll touch more on this later. But go ahead, show the date it was apparently downloaded from YouTube. Even put a link to the downloader website in the title to make it seem like it was me if you want. I don't care. The things with this girl happened 10 years ago. The things I did do to her happened 10 years ago. And they are completely unrelated and not comparable to the degenerate shit you claim I did years ago to Zhavia.
Hi guys, so I am back with a hot sexy tutorial
It's one that a lot of people have been asking for, and I thought now would be a great time to actually do this video because my new single Throat Goat just came out. This video is going to be how to suck like a pro, how to be a throat goat. My like 3 basic tips to help you out in getting better at that kind of thing, because I am well versed in it. I've had plenty of experience and I have all these tips and tricks that a lot of people don't know about.
There it is, Daisy.
So this part of the video is where I'm going to break down everything that happened legally regarding everything I've been through that's been publicized. Firstly, I privacy claimed Serafina's original upload of the video mainly due to the phone number that was visible around 28 minutes. The whole reason I even became aware of the video being uploaded was the prank text messages that I got containing the infamous dolphin and horse porn, along with a few bad taste memes. I was like, something's up. I'm getting all these messages out of nowhere. Not saying this is Sera and his people, but it's definitely one of his viewers. The mugshot of the expunged case was also a contributing factor to the video going down, but his video would have to be edited regardless because it absolutely was in violation of YouTube's guidelines. So all you people trying to argue that the video was not against guidelines,
suck a dick. And when you get done, tell your mom to get down there and take her turn.
And yes, I put the mugshot in several of my Lord Cancerous uploads prior to Sera's video, but remember, Sera was already sharing the mugshot around. That's why I even did that. Only after I received that comment from Sniper did I even consider that it was being leaked. Once it was being leaked and I confirmed that, I decided to just joke about it by using it in my videos to try and beat you to the punch. You can argue that my privacy strike was stupid in that case, but again, the video would have been striked regardless due to the phone number being visible.
Yes, I'm calling because I was dealing with a ex-girlfriend who lived in West Valley City that's been harassing me, and I've heard that she might have filed some kind of charge against me. I want to know if there's any active charges against me, if that's possible.
I can check if we have open cases for you.
Yeah, I'm looking for open.
What's your birthday?
My birthday is 09.
And your name?
Austin, last name.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm not finding anything with that birthday that's open.
So nothing at all in Utah?
Not with the court.
Deputy Matt with the County Sheriff's Office.
Hey, Deputy Matt, this is Austin.
Yeah, I was asked to give you a call.
Yes, sir. I'm wanting to see if, I know this is going to sound weird. I want to see if I have any active warrants anywhere. Like, is there any way you could run my name?
Oh, we would know if you had a warrant.
Yeah.
I can run your name for you if you
Yeah, if you don't mind. Could you do that?
I'll give you social. 1 second. I'll see if I hope I check the entirety of the state of Utah, state of Alabama. Nothing from here to the Carolinas to California.
Right. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I got these letters 3 months after everything went down, and even Zhavia was shocked that I had received these. After all, she had dropped these charges due to knowing it wasn't me who did any of this stuff. Zhavia ended up calling the courts and got it squared away, and that was the end of it. To this day, I don't have any active cases or charges against me anywhere, nor do I have any warrants out for my arrest. Something you fail to understand, Serafina, is just because someone was charged with a crime, it doesn't mean they are guilty. For someone who runs a Discord group all about justice and reporting criminals on the internet to law enforcement, I'd expect you of all people to know this.
Oh boy, the most ironic part of this video. So we need to establish a couple of things here. So he mentions, of course, that his charges were dropped, and he has no warrants out for his arrest. Now, unfortunately for him, soon after, he ate his own words. He did have a warrant out for his arrest within the state of Utah at the time, and of course an actual case being built against him to the point where it did actually result in an arrest. More on that in a moment, because it's really funny, by the way. So as for his charges, yeah, they were never actually dropped. Now, his case is closed, right? His case was closed, but legally speaking, that just means that the charges went through, and that Zhavia, even if they wanted to, could not have dropped the case themselves, because it was actively being pursued by the state of Utah, as you're going to see here in a little bit. Yeah, the case was never closed, the charges went through, and they exist. Yeah, pretty much everything that he shows in regards to defending himself is a load of bullshit.
Okay, so let's establish something incredibly important here. This was the most deceptive part of Sera's video. The case that I was actually arrested for was a completely unrelated case to the case that I was talking about in my objection video. The arrest happened in Alabama, and it had nothing at all to do with the Utah case, Zhavia, or anything Serafina was talking about. Serafina didn't even find out about my arrest until sometime in 2025. By then, it was already dismissed. In my Alabama case, Utah was not prosecuting it, there was no evidence being used in the case from Utah, Utah, and if the Utah case was ever brought up during any court dates, the judge would tell them to shut it down. It has nothing to do with this. Serafina cleverly just threw in the fact that I was arrested for an unrelated case right in with the discussion of the Utah case, so he could intentionally deceive his viewers into buying his narrative, because he knows they're not that interested in fact-checking this stuff. Of course, he didn't outright say that my arrest had anything to do with the Utah stuff, but he did mix it up in a way that did convince a lot of people that it did. Now, the question remains, were the charges in Utah ever dropped? No, and in fact, to this day, there is an active bench warrant for my arrest in Salt Lake City. I was not intentionally trying to mislead people. I mean, the fucking call with the sheriff and court clerks in Utah are there. He literally plays it in the video and then says that everything I said is full of shit. No, it wasn't. At the time, there was no active arrest warrant for me. You even said it. The warrant was issued after the video released. In addition, Zhavia was the one who told me that the charges were dropped, but of course these screenshots are fake.
This whole video so far has proven that this guy has faked evidence, has manipulated narratives.
Like I said, his viewers have the mind of sheep and will not listen to anything other than what he says. I'm frustrated, to say the least, that the ones calling themselves the community who listens to both sides clearly failed to ever even listen to mine, and this just proves it. I bet this is even most of your viewers' first time learning about my original response video existing. But back to the warrants for my arrest. The problem is, well, as Sera put it, a state is not going to extradite someone for the charges of harassment. That much is true because I live nearly 2,000 miles away from the state of Utah. I was told the warrant is not even entered into NCIC, which is a database that all law enforcement in America utilize to check for wanted persons. It remains state level and generally would only be visible to law enforcement within Utah. I've been pulled over a few times in the past couple years and no cop has even so much as acknowledged the warrant. When a state issues a warrant for somebody's arrest, they are the one responsible for paying transport costs. Although no state has the right to bar extradition of a wanted person from theirs to another, as stated in the Constitution, every state has the deciding power on how badly they want that person. Therefore, if Utah really wanted me, I would have already been booked into jail. The reason these warrants were even issued was not because I committed crimes, but because I failed to attend the related court date. But this is where my legal expertise ends. I'm gonna have to give someone a little more credible on legal matters a call to help me out here.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman.
No, not that guy. Hey Isaiah, I kinda need your help here.
Don't worry, Ookami is on the case.
This is easily the most punk ass shit I ever seen right here. First you run to Twitter to tell your daddy, and then your daddy bring you some money. Holy shit. This is gotta be the most fucking hilarious thing I ever seen. You guys remember when I told y'all he was into trannies? He was into she-males? Remember when I told y'all that? And there were people like, oh, you lying. You need to have some evidence. You need to prove that before you say it. You can't just accuse people of stuff. Last time I checked, that means you like penis.
I just can't believe it. Austin went to jail for the stuff he done did!
For stuff that he did.
This is why, listen, this is why Austin went to jail, guys. No, but in all seriousness, y'all, it's time for Ookami to bring his his legal expertise in Austin's video. That's right. You want to know my credentials. You want to know those Ookami credentials. Bitch, fuck you and your credentials. I'm not only Ookami, I'm Clay!
I'm Clay. My name is Clay. I'm walking down the street. Oh my gosh. It's child molesters.
What the f? I'm in pain! I'm not only Ookami, but I'm fucking Clay! I'm in pain!
His case never actually went to trial because the state of Utah wanted him to actually come to Utah itself. Obviously, he's not from Utah. He's from an entirely different state across the country, so it's not going to work out. He was not allowed to attend virtually, so nothing really happened outside of his bench warrants being increased from not being able to attend. To his credit, he is right in the fact that a state is not going to extradite somebody to another state over the charges of harassment. So I had to do a double check, just a quick double check to make sure that information was correct. No, the actual court date was entirely virtual. He didn't actually have to be there in person to do it. He's just lying again because he keeps fucking lying.
Okay, I want to point out some few flaws you see in the Serafina video that y'all keep sending me. Fuck y'all. He said that Austin lied about not being able to attend court in Utah. But Serafina didn't realize, let me get my glasses real quick. Serafina didn't realize that the proof is in the pudding. Right there. They full of fucking ass.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Reached the Salt County Justice Court. En español, seleccione el número 9. For payment options and location, press 1. For traffic and criminal citations or current cases, press 2. For small claims, press 3.
County Justice Court, how can I help you?
Good morning. I'm sorry to bother you guys this morning. I don't know if I'm calling the right place. I'm trying to see if there's a case against me. I'm trying to see if it's still active or not. It's in Salt Lake County, Utah, but I have no idea if it's still active. I just wanted to check and see if it is.
Okay. Do you have like a case number or?
No, sir. I live in Alabama. See, the thing is, my ex-girlfriend got me charged with like harassment against her. I can give you my information, but that's about it. That's all I know.
Okay. What's your birthday?
It's gonna be 9.
And let's see. What's your name?
First name Austin, last name Fortson.
Okay. I think I found it.
Yeah.
Let me just pull this up here.
I just kind of want to see what the deal is with it, because I saw they had a warrant out for my arrest, and now it's gone, so I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, so it looks like at least on our end, the warrant is still active.
Yeah.
We had an arraignment scheduled, and that's where the warrant came from. Was it? It was just you'd missed it.
Yeah.
The DA put through a summons, and then looks like the clerk issued that on 5/8, and then based on your address, we sent it via mail to Butler.
It's the wrong address.
Okay, so that's probably why you didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, I got it. I think, but it was like it was lost or something. Like it someone that lives there picked it up, but I wasn't there to get it.
Oh, gotcha. So that was just to notify you of your first appearance, which was scheduled for June 20th.
Okay, so the warrant wasn't a thing until after that, after the non-appearance.
So there was no warrant until there was just no appearance, and then there was a warrant after that.
Okay, so is that all virtual? Because I live 30 hours away from you.
Yeah, I understand that. So what we can do, this first appearance will be virtual, and then as it progresses, if you decide to take it like forward to like a trial and all that, then those will start to become in-person appearances. Usually the arraignment and then like the pre-trial conference, if you decide to go forward with that, would be virtual. But then as you progress towards like a trial or something, it would start to be in person. So like these first two appearances would probably be in person or virtual. Excuse me.
So there is a warrant out for my arrest there. How come the police here can't see that warrant?
It's because it's only a Utah state warrant. So
not extraditable?
It's not like if you were to come back to Utah, then it would be something they could arrest you on, but it's just within Utah.
Here's a QR code. Austin clearly stated, facts and figures, that he could not attend a physical trial in Utah, even if he attended the original court date online. Also, you said that Austin carefully constructed a lie. Bitch! They can't construct shit. I'm just saying. You ever seen that motherfucker play Minecraft? I'm still mad about he fucking. I do not. I say.
Why are you mad at Ookami? Like, why are you?
You're
I don't know what you said.
That's something I'm about to, holding my tongue. Back to the original.
The video descriptions at the beginning of this video that I spent so much time debunking, yeah, he just decided to admit it was all bullshit and that he was responsible for it anyways.
Yeah, Austin wasn't talking about editing these ships into shows of Zhavia's docs. He was talking about that time he sold these ships in and would talk shit about not attending the virtual court date, there.
Harp on that as hard as you fucking can. Say that I didn't show up to court. Say that I edited my posts and descriptions to fucking harass y'all about it. Cause guess what? I did every bit of it. You damn right.
I am the outside looking underneath, but I just feel like you purposely left that out of your video. I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying that you did. Not only did he do this to falsehood the narrative, but to imply that Austin is running from the law. Bitch, he ain't running from ass. He weighs 450 pounds. I am physically disabled, and I can run faster than Austin's ass. Y'all lie. Y'all can't sell a contradiction worth a fuck. That's right. I'm back. I mean, what is this? This is the land of confusion!
I honestly have to give Serafina nothing but props. That was the most clever way of topping off your video. The clip Ookami just showed of me playing GTA was literally the last few minutes of your video. You started it off by saying I crafted a lie with the video description stuff, and then waited till the end to ice the cake. Problem is, I literally said what I was doing in the video.
Harp on that as hard as you fucking can. Say that I didn't show up to court.
Okay, so the warrant wasn't a thing until after that. After the non-appearance.
There was no warrant until there was just no appearance, and then there was a warrant after that.
Say that I edited my posts and descriptions to fucking harass y'all about it. Cause guess what? I did every bit of it. You damn right.
This is what I was referring to when I said Kraken Serafina likes to tell his audience what to think. I literally said in the audio of the GTA gameplay that I was editing my descriptions on my channel to antagonize you about the court dates, not the fucking docs you claim I had in the description of the Neko Coda video, but more on all that in a bit. The last thing I want to focus on for this section is the Alabama case, since Sera felt like it was everybody's fucking business. I was arrested for, as mentioned earlier in the video, domestic violence, specifically misdemeanor in the 3rd degree harassing communications. There was a dispute between me and somebody, obviously, in my family. This could be anyone. Moms, dads, sisters, brothers, wives, husbands, and so on. It's an umbrella term. The warrant was actually, fun fact, signed by my mother. In Alabama, when you get a case against somebody, you have to go down to the clerk's office to sign the warrant. At least in a lot of cases. The case involved her. We had some pretty vulgar, nasty text message exchanges. That was it. It was personal drama. It had nothing to do with me beating up women or whatever the fuck you and Topher were implying. It also, again, was none of your business, had nothing to do with Utah, and the Utah case was separate and was never even considered in the judicial proceedings that had taken place before my case was inevitably dismissed. The reason I did not attend court in Utah is also pretty explainable. Fuck Utah, and fuck you too. Back then I wasn't making nearly as much money as I do now, coupled with the expectation that I was having a child with my partner at the time, as evidenced by your DMs. I simply could not reasonably shell out the thousands of dollars it would take to go to another state across the country for weeks to months on end to simply face a little misdemeanor that would inevitably be thrown out. Later on last year, however, I did semi-hire an attorney, but that's a complicated story for hopefully not another day. I just didn't know if I wanted those warrants to remain forever, but given that the clerk in 2024 literally said that I'm basically unarrestable outside Utah, I see no long-term risk in just letting it rot with my corpse one day. If this did go to court though, I'd win. You know it. How the fuck can I realistically stalk or harass someone that is located 2,000 miles, which is 3,200 kilometers for the normal people out there, away from me? Sure, argue that it was electronic harassment, but she was literally in no danger whatsoever, physically, of being bothered by anyone, let alone my big ass, regardless of what crap you say was being posted onto YouTube. She even goes as far to get a fucking restraining order on me. Yes, he was telling the truth here, even though her and I had an exclusively online relationship where we never met up. I've never been within 100 feet of this bitch, let alone 100 miles of her. The stench would make that impossible. So, to conclude this segment,
fuck you and your pronouns.
Now, his general treatment towards his charges has been, how do I put this? Nothing short of absolutely fucking bizarre. There were points in time where he was uploading videos on his alt accounts where he was openly making fun of his own charges that he was getting sent in the mail. Why would you do that?
Because it's funny. Humor's subjective, bro. I mean, tell me this shit ain't funny, dude.
He's gonna get it!
They're so upset about that.
This shit made you that mad, Sarah? Really? I fucking die every time I watch.
Wouldn't you make fun of some bullshit charges that your ex got on you 2,000 miles away? I think a lot of people would agree with me.
This ain't what you look like.
So what do I have to say for this then? While a trial never occurred, the fact of the matter is that there was so much evidence being forwarded to a police report that was made against you that miraculously it was actually considered. The fact that any of this happened at all, which is exceptionally rare for online behavior, by the way, that this does not happen very often, the fact that it was considered at all is not the sign of innocence you want people to believe.
Okay, ignoring the fact that this dude just straight up lied, I mean, consider the case of Ethan Ralph or Destiny, both cases which I believe involve revenge porn, the same thing I was accused of. The fact remains that I was never convicted, so I have every right to say I never did any of that stuff in Utah. And my videos on this topic will prove that. If it ever did go to trial, promise you, it would be thrown out. My thing is this, you argued for so long that you wanted to wait on me to go to trial and go to jail and things like that, but now all of a sudden you don't care anymore? Now all of a sudden it's, oh, well, the fact that the police even charged you with the crime means you committed it. You know, this hardly happens. So all of a sudden the law doesn't matter anymore. All of a sudden it doesn't matter. But back in 2024 it mattered, right? You and Zhavia sat down and sent the police information that was not even my behavior, and I got charged for it. That's why if it ever goes to trial, it would be dismissed, okay? And they'd probably prosecute Zhavia for wasting their time, just like they did in Alabama. Oh wait, never mind.
Because when you have to look at some random loser who is known for spreading CP, that shit's gonna take a toll on you mentally after.
The irony of someone whose name is literally loser to call people losers.
I'm going to use this segment of the video to respond to at least some of the rebuttals that Serafina attempted to make against the first video. As I stated at the beginning, I'm not going to go over every single thing he said, as I feel like the fact that he is yet again making shit up could be better summarized by addressing key points, rather than everything over and over. I also just simply refuse to spend any more time on this than I have. I'd like to get back to, you know, my business and my life. I mean, even Sera admitted that it is an exhausting situation all around. I think you and I can at least agree on that. But now that I've started working on this section of the video, I've actually came to realize how little he actually disproved any of what I said in the objection video. Maybe 20 minutes was spent responding to it, if that much. Again, a lot of his rebuttals relied heavily on that GTA clip we dismissed earlier, because without using that, at the very end, he literally had no brace to lean on for any of his rebuttals. I mean, sure, he showed a screen recording of the supposed revenge porn and doxing apparently being linked on my channel at some point, but it's a screen recording that he very obviously spliced and then blurred to shit, so you couldn't even cross-reference what he was saying with any sort of substantial evidence. Here, let me just show you how easy it is to fake.
Oh, what the fuck?
And he knows he can get away with this because, again, he tells his audience what to think. He can also argue that it was Zhavia's private information, and he can't just show that on a video. I mean, fair enough, but still, to my credit, Sera has every bit of a reason to have access to Zhavia's nudes as well as I would, because after all, a major talking point that he still avoids in the second video is that he literally dated Zhavia before me, before I ever even knew who she was. They were in a relationship together. He very easily could have elemented one of my existing channel links to, you know, some weird Google Drive recording of me playing GTA.
This guy pulls up OBS and then talks incessantly into the microphone while playing shitty video games. And then for whatever reason, he puts those diatribes into a Google Drive and then links them in the description of numerous videos he uploads to YouTube. I don't know why you would do that. That's pretty schizophrenic.
And then split it together with some revenge porn and editing. I won't accuse him of doing this. Maybe it was even someone else.
Especially liars like Zhavia.
But the fact remains, I never had that shit on my channel at any point.
Secondly, the screenshots of me updating one of my video descriptions on my old main channel, Database Productions, to link and endorse revenge porn. This is not true. At the time I linked the channel's name was Zhavia YT. It was not her government name at the time. The channel also didn't have any content uploaded to it. Once I caught wind of that stuff starting to happen, including the channel's name changing, I deleted it all from the description and deleted all of the comments of the account interacting with me. I did not interact with it any further publicly or endorse its actions. There's even some private messages I have with the people responsible where I even express my discomfort with the behavior.
I mean, damn, that seems like I got pretty destroyed there. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good response. Until you notice one little problem. And that problem that I immediately noticed was the view counts that he is showing. In the screenshot that he uses to defend himself, his video is unlisted, with the video having 2,939 views. And in my video, the first screenshot that I used, the video is set to public, sitting at 2,949 views. Then the screenshot of the Pinterest link, which is the second screenshot that I showed, had a 2,969 views, which means only one thing. In gradual increasing order, his screenshot is the first one, and the other ones that I showed are the second and the third one. Which means in the video description changes that I showed, he was still constantly changing it.
Now, this appears like I have been brutally destroyed, and that I did in fact link that stuff in the description of that video even after March 2nd, 2023. When I first saw this, I was like, well, goddamn, this is incredibly well crafted, Sera. I don't know how to beat this, even though I know I didn't do this. But, you know, I started to take a look at it more. The only chink in the armor here is the fact that apparently these screenshots were taken on some kind of Android phone, as evidenced by the metadata screenshots showing the date that Sera provides. And that raises a question. Why are these screenshots that are obviously taken on a desktop with a wide screen being taken from Android? This is clearly not the YouTube mobile interface from 2023, nor is it a screenshot from the app. It is a screenshot from a computer that apparently is being taken on a phone. How likely is it that you were just tapping desktop mode over and over when it just so happens that the very tools that you could use to fabricate these screenshots only exist, primarily at least, on computers? Now again, I don't have evidence this is what they did. This is just pure speculation. However, what I can say is that
the text is so fucking deep fried to hell that every single edge reeks of spacing errors.
And that you could very easily have inspect element the name beside the link and then transferred it to your Android so you could snap a metadata screenshot to make it seem more legit, because people know inspect element doesn't exist on phones. But this image very clearly originated from a computer. Either way, I wouldn't find that hard to believe, given that you literally used fake evidence obtained from other parties to try to come after me. Now, let me just be blunt here. I never once said in my objection video or the one following it that I was completely innocent or that I was not fucking unhinged. I definitely have exuded some borderline psychotic ass behaviors, especially with my old degenerate friends. Many examples of this behavior are in your video, and people can watch your video if their hearts desire. I'm also very guilty of them ever being able to get a hold of her information in the first place. I'm admitting to this because that is how I am, and there is no need to lie about my past. However, I never said it wasn't my fault that the nudes got out there. It absolutely was. I said in my original video that the explicit messages were sent as part of a text message export. I was only trying to show them Zhavia's consistent pattern of abusive behavior. In my mind, I neglected to consider the fact that her nudes were in there. The definition of revenge is to do something to get back at someone else. I did not do that something to get back at her. I did it by accident. So no, it was not an admission of guilt. Whether it is a crime in and of itself to have accidentally leaked it, it is another story, as I am not law enforcement or a lawyer. But the fact remains, I did not enact revenge against Zhavia in that manner. But since we're on the topic, let's talk about those exports for a second. You mentioned in your video that in my text message exports, my nudes were present as well as Zhavia's, and that much is true.
However, when the text message exports were examined, yeah, his own private photos were right above Zhavia's private photos, and he just admitted to exporting those messages and sending them to other people.
The problem is, the exports that Zhavia provided you screenshots of were clearly from her end of the exports, meaning she exported them from her phone. The exports I provided Topher were from my phone, my end. I had deleted all the messages that contained my nude photography from the conversation months before I exported it and sent them to Topher, because in the moment when me and Zhavia were spending time together, I didn't want to keep looking at pictures of my cock over and over. With the exception of RCS or iMessage situations, regular SMS and MMS texts cannot be deleted from the receiver's end once you send them. Unless Zhavia had manually deleted them at any point, her end of the export, including my nudes, would still contain my nudes, even if I deleted them from my end. It's not like Discord where you can delete a message you sent and it deletes for everybody. Once it's out, it's out. My end did not contain my nudes at the time of the export being taken place, or at the time of uploading it into Topher's DMs. Furthermore, Topher himself has admitted in the past that he gained access to my nudes in the first place thanks to Zhavia's retarded trolling. So the segment about me admitting that he got in trouble for sharing my nudes was not proof of anything that contradicts my original claim either. Now, there is so much more shit I could definitely go over. I probably should, like the voice message he shows me sending to Zhavia.
get my dick sucked.
But all he's trying to do is prove that I harassed Zhavia. But here's the thing. I definitely did in some cases, in response to her harassment. I never said I didn't harass her. I said she harassed me first. Does that make what I did right because she did it? No. Does it mean you need to keep propping her up on some kind of victim pedestal? Also no. As far as interacting with that channel publicly goes, even if I had, which is funny that you yet again use a blacked out screenshot to prove something that happened when it didn't. I find it funny that you're upset about Zhavia's info being leaked when you were super eager to share mine with everybody.
Yeah, but we got your overweight mugshot that you tried to take down.
And so is she. The last things I'll touch on are the love bombing and Xbox Live accounts.
The relationship started with Zhavia love bombing me, writing me essays proclaiming I'm their soulmate, and telling me that they love me all just within days of becoming a couple.
See, these are the small things in his video that I don't understand why he tries to make a point out of, mainly because it took me 20 seconds to, look through the actual conversations since they're confirmed real, and he's sharing messages from those conversations that are real, because sure enough, he's also participated in love bombing multiple times. You can read these for yourself on screen. He has done this multiple times.
Yet again, another straw man argument. Sera, the problem is not her love bombing me. The problem is everything that transpired after the fact. The nudes that got shared in your Discord server.
I did find out fairly recently, because I heard the accusation you said that Zhavia had spread your nudes. I can confirm that Sera hasn't seen them, but I can also confirm, because I found out later, Zhavia did offer them to other people. 2 people they offered them to literally rejected them and said, "What are you thinking?" But Zhavia apparently gave it to other people who I don't know them. Their names were mentioned. I've never heard of them before. And I had pulled somebody in call. And I said, Zhavia is now on record having spread revenge porn. You can say what you want about Neff. If he's done something wrong, cool. Let the law deal with him. But Zhavia isn't any better.
Mainly because it took me 20 seconds to, look through the actual conversations since they're confirmed real.
Yeah, these were confirmed real too. Yes, we effectively love bombed each other, but I wasn't making a standalone point out of it. You played this clip from a part of the video where I was introducing my relationship with Zhavia, which is pretty important to do if I am to address allegations that involve our former romance.
One of these Xbox Live messages are actually real and were from me, and it was this one right here. Oh wow, an Xbox Live message that is from an account called Nefarious NPC. Definitely me, right? Even though my Xbox Live account, the only one I have aside from that burner, isn't called Nefarious NPC and never was. Not to mention the time this was sent. Again, I was at work at the time. I didn't have a way to be on Xbox Messenger. You'll notice that a lot of the fake stuff they show later on and even earlier in the video says Austin or Nefarious NPC or database or something. I mean, you'd think you'd be a little bit more convincing. I mean, make people believe it's me. I have no problem admitting to what is me, but I'm not going to say something is me when it isn't. I mean, look at the time between the one that was me and the one that isn't me and all the other ones that ain't me.
Unsurprisingly, again, these Xbox messages are real, and I don't know why he would try and do this and then simultaneously admit that one of the users was actually him, which means that he is actually participating in the behavior he tried to say that he wasn't participating in. You see, guys, I didn't harass you in this instance, but I did harass you in this instance, but I didn't do it other times. Sometimes it was me, but it wasn't me, and this time it was me. What kind of fucking strategy is this?
Ignoring the obviously inspect elemented video titles, my point from the original video still stands pretty hard, and you didn't really do much to debunk it. Why would I make an account with my actual fucking user ID in it to harass somebody? That's like robbing a bank with a mask on, but having a name tag with your real name pinned to your shirt. I never doubted that these Xbox messages existed or were real. I denied that they were me. The truth is, I wrote one of them, and Zhavia or someone else wrote the rest, maybe trying to pretend it was me. Just like you wrote the emails that you did not acknowledge throughout the entire video. I'd say that's pretty smart for you to do. Now, I did see someone in, I think, your live chat or someone somewhere said that the Xbox mobile app exists and the fact that I was at work can't be used as an excuse. The problem is I worked at a car part manufacturing plant at the time, and you can't have your phone on the floor, like at all. I mean, I could pull up workplace policies, I could show you. If I had my phone out to be on the floor harassing Zhavia, that's just fucking stupid, man. Like, why the fuck would I be doing that? You're just trying to find anything you can, like, find a loophole in, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this was probably the weakest part of your video, and that's all I have to say about it.
You and Kumo taking nails, put you both in your place. Got these
What's
love
going on
burns coming.
with Kumo?
What a fuck-
There is a confession that I need to make. I am, in fact, Crazy.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yes, the allegations are true. Who would have known? A lot of people know at this point that I can appear to be oftentimes a deranged individual who does really weird and cryptic shit. I think Gilded Poo put it best in his segment. I do think it's funny that instead of addressing the zoophilic porn Sera and Baiji sent into his server that I brought up in the video, they decided to team up with Gilded Poo to be like, hey man, he's not mad at us anymore, so get owned. And the name on the pizza says Gilded Poo. So thank you, Gilded Poo, because you definitely sent that.
Now that right there is why I'm sitting here recording this particular segment for your viewing pleasure. Now, there are only two ways to look at this. Number one would be unironically, in which case, you're an idiot, because I have very little idea who the fuck you are. I only know of one video you ever made, and it was directed at Queen Serafina, and I didn't even watch it. However, the other way we can look at this is that it's not unironic, it's in fact sarcasm, in which case, why are you bringing it up?
But I do want to clarify that I did not actually believe you were harassing me, Vlad, I think your name is. That was Zhavia. She said this to me in one of her deranged emails back then, back when I was associated with Kumo's group somewhat. She really hated the fact that he was on Team Austin, so much so that for some reason she thought you were a co-conspirator, even though you and I literally have no history together. But me being crazy doesn't automatically mean I swat people or revenge porn minors on the internet. I'm allowed to feel attacked by people who do literally the same shit they accused me of, point blank. I'm going to use this segment to address a few people that were also, albeit briefly, involved in the drama between Sera and I, starting with, Kumo himself. In March of 2024, I had reached out to Kumo privately to discuss the upcoming video that would later be released to Serafina's channel. The reason I decided on Kumo was because I had no idea on how to even approach something like this at the time. I'd never really had a major controversy before, and generally speaking, I just wanted some advice from someone who, well, delves in that field a lot. I sent him some information I had gathered at the time, which included a document that even in my objection video, I admitted I had no concrete proof that Lio or Sera wrote. And this alleged leaked video script, which was apparently gonna be a collab between Lio and Sera, wow. Now keep in mind, this is purely speculation, and unless the person that leaked it, that was Zhavia's friend in that group, own up to it, there's no way to know for a fact who told anyone. It just sort of seemed like it to me at the time. I didn't watch Lio's videos, I didn't watch Sera's videos, so I had no idea that Lio didn't curse or do anything like that, but whatever, that's not really that important anymore. In response to receiving all of this information, Kumo told me he would platform my situation, despite me not even asking him to. Once the situation did unfold, that is what he did. Now, when Sera's original video first released the following month, I didn't say a word. However, Kumo decided he would do that for me, despite me, again, not asking him to. He apparently had went onto Twitter to publicize the infamous document that Sera and Lio allegedly wrote. I don't know why he couldn't just shut up for a bit and give me time to address the situation, as I didn't say anything once Sera's video first came out for almost 2 weeks. But of course, that action alone ruffled many people's feathers once Kumo posted it. I was not on Twitter, so I did not even know this was going down until after my video came out and I got back into contact with Kumo. Now, Kumo and I were not friends. That is very important for me to clarify. I only ever associated with him during this situation, but during our time being acquainted, I couldn't help but feel he was weaponizing my situation to have reasons to fuck with Sera. After all, they didn't have the greatest history. After seeing me continue to go back and forth about it, he sent me this final message telling me that if I don't stop being a degenerate, he would take Zhavia's side, after saying many times that he wasn't taking anybody's side. However, Sera claims I got upset with Kumo because he called me gay.
And Adept would also proceed to have a meltdown because Kumo called him gay.
Apparently, having any sort of disagreement with these people is considered a meltdown. Any disagreement at all. Yeah, I don't know why Kumo went through such great lengths to defend me, aside from his obvious disdain for Serafina, but it's whatever. This Kumo stuff may seem less important to some, but I'm mentioning Kumo at all just to set the record straight on his involvement in all of this. He was hardly involved. Alright, now Lio. I've made my fair share of comments about Lio in the past, but I'll say it now for the record that I don't think he had much at all to do with any of this, aside from interacting with the videos. I had a relatively relatively pleasant conversation with Lio in October of 2024, where he addressed some issues he had with my claims of him, and he also cleared the air on the whole document thing. I do not believe that Lio or Serafina had anything to do with writing whatever the fuck this is. It was sent to me through someone from Cass Warfox's group, and I don't know anything about those people other than they fucking despised you at the time. So maybe one of those idiots wrote it and did enough research on me to make it seem like you wrote it. I don't know, and I don't really care anymore. It's no longer a point I'm using, so it's water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. Lio did falsely accuse me of raiding his server, which Sera did confirm later in his video had nothing to do with me, but he also accused me of sending him pizzas, as well as some guy called Grimskull.
But that, ladies and gentlemen, is number 8.
What does that mean?
That is the 8th pizza somebody's tried to deliver to my place.
Awesome.
Interesting.
I love pizza.
Is it already paid for or no?
Oh, heck no. Come on, man. Of course it's not paid for. That's the point. This would be that Neff guy. He's done it to me. He did it to Grimskull. He's done it to several people. It's whatever.
He had no evidence for this other than the fact that he believes I did it to Zhavia, so that means I would do it to him. Now, I did address this with Lio, to which he told me he would just give me the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I didn't do it, but I'll say it here again. Lio, I did not send you pizzas, dude, or anyone for that matter. That includes Grimskull and Zhavia. I mean, what problem would I have with Grimskull? The only time I've ever done that, I've paid for it, and it wasn't to harass people on YouTube. Let me remind you that you had a massive amount of controversy, more than I ever will deal with, and you got doxxed by several people who had nothing to do with me at all. I even remember when Serafina's first video came out, I had to pause the comments for a few days, not to hide from Serafina's fans, because even on this video's occasion I haven't gotten any comments from them, but because Topher was spamming what was allegedly your address in the comments to try and get, I guess, the videos flagged. I don't know. I wanted no part in it. I don't condone the harassment you and your family received, and I honestly hope that you believe me, but honestly, again, don't care if you don't. I've never fucked with you, and I know I haven't. To no one's surprise, Creepy Reading is also in the video, considering he gets involved in almost every drama the commentary community has, so I'm going to ignore his fallacious arguments about seeing me do the revenge porn publicly, because I fucking didn't, and I'm just gonna say this.
Also, like, kind of fuck you. Why the hostility towards my dead mom?
Your mom's dead.
Also, like, kind of fuck you. Why the hostility towards my dead mom?
He also spends a great deal of time talking about another person that he actually admits to harassing, that being a content creator named MemeFrog. I have never directly interacted with MemeFrog. I don't know why he's being brought up in this video at this particular time, because again, if you go back to my first video, I have never mentioned MemeFrog at all. Like, MemeFrog was not a factor. But in this particular instance, he's being brought up. Why? I'm going to assume in this case, because Best Met here, he is covering his own bases because he constantly mentions MemeFrog in the future, in which I'm going to show other clips.
I do find it strange that people criticized me for mentioning MemeFrog when Sera ends up bringing in like 12 different people to help out with his movie, but whatever. Wacky TV, just like Lio, had a conversation with me in late 2024, clarifying to me that he and MemeFrog had nothing to do with the original video's release, and that Zhavia had actually been the one to approach him first. But to the fact that I brought MemeFrog up at all, well, I did that because I wanted to illustrate the pattern of Topher's behavior. In retrospect, MemeFrog very likely and obviously wants nothing to do with any of this, so to him, I apologize for bringing you up. As far as this lousy Lou, Loopy Lou, whatever the fuck her name is, I'm gonna be honest, I thought she was monstrous or somebody when I first saw the video. That's how little I care about you guys. I guess she jumped in the video because she's dating Sera, to which, fair enough, I suppose. But I do want to talk about this one part of a live stream she was in, of this guy called Ace Spades or something. I don't fucking know these people.
Gay as this sounds, I love my wife, okay? I don't want her to deal with all that stress.
His wife, her wife.
Once, especially since the video admittedly was really hard for her to make, because when you have to look at some random loser who is known for spreading CP, that shit's gonna take a toll on you mentally.
You guys do realize nobody asked you to come online and play Captain Savaho, right? Ever. At any point in time. Even had the stuff with, let's say, Sniper been true, you should have directed said information to, I don't know, law enforcement. Those are the people that we pay to play Captain Savaho. The people we pay to defend us from crime like sharing child porn. But no, it was, we gotta make a video, we gotta get this out, it's our obligation. No, the fuck it isn't. Also, you sound fat, and every time a person has a character looking like this that they look nothing like, they end up being fat IRL. I mean, hey, just look at me. Yeah, you're fat. At least I've been bulking up good. Also, I've been told that people on these live streams and stuff are like complaining that I'm transphobic, which I find strange coming from the people who are literally mocking my appearance and saying that I'm a fat Genshin Impact player who shares CP. I mean, stop attacking my appearance personally and I'll stop attacking you personally. It's just that simple. I don't have like a major disdain for trans people. I have a major disdain for your kind of trans people. You know, the kind of trans people who come online and fuck with people and make videos and streams about them. Yeah, accusing them of being pedophiles and child molesters without verifying that they actually are one. Yeah, I have a problem with your kind of trans people because it seems to me that all you guys are trans. Like, I know it sounds stupid, but it's just how I feel. You can't change how I feel. Like, I remember talking to a trans person at a gas station in another state like a couple months ago. Like, they were fucking cool. I didn't have any problem talking to them, and they probably had no idea of my true opinions of this shit, but it doesn't matter. I don't have to justify how I feel to people on the internet. I don't like trans people, and I especially don't like you fucking trans people. Absolutely not. So whatever transphobic accusations you made, you damn right, I'm 100%. Every bit of it. I don't care. I'm 100% a bigot. I voted for Trump in 2024. I mean, what else are you gonna get mad about? The fact that, I don't know, I don't like thugs, I don't like niggas.
But a guy who's actually discussing this, ain't nobody saying nothing to this bum. But hang on a minute. It's just so broke up about racism. Hold up. You must have forgot who you talking to. I don't give a fuck about niggas.
This is me. I wish. Trans rights. Earth Day. You are fat. Why did you not draw them bigger?
The last thing I want to talk about is the whole ordeal with the second video. Most of you probably know that shortly after the first video came out, I released a much shorter second one. This was just to document some more information regarding Zhavia lying in the entire situation. You can watch the full video if you need to, but to sum it up, I proved without a shadow of a doubt that Zhavia was lying yet again about more shit. I'm still not entirely sure to this day why she did this, and she knows the truth. She knows we were together, but Serafina and his pet Hippo decided to make it a huge deal towards the end of their video.
So this is the biggest portion right here. That is a load of hot bullshit. There is a major fucking discrepancy here. Actually, two major discrepancies. So Monstrous very quickly pointed out soon after Neff put out this particular video that number one, the user ID is not the same as Zhavia's original account, and we have Zhavia's original account not because of only my messages with Zhavia specifically, but also the archive chat that we were a part of, that I'm still a part of. When I pull up the ID, it's completely different, right? But let's just say that, well, Zhavia deleted the old account, so maybe the user ID is going to change, which I don't think is really possible. The date that the account was created was completely different.
Serafina, you are genuinely stupid, man. So this ID that Monstrous provides that she claims ties to Zhavia's old account is a 456226 something that ends with 808. You'll see it on the screen. Right now, from my research, coming from official Discord sources, this ID number gets assigned to a deleted Discord account after it is deleted. At the time of me making the Hold It video, Zhavia's Discord was not fully deleted yet, so it still had the actual unique numerical ID. But after the account's deletion was fully processed, next thing you know, it gets assigned this number. This is coming from official Discord sources, so this does not prove me wrong on jack shit. Furthermore, a lot, if not all, I believe, deleted Discord accounts will show June 2018 as deleted date, even though that's not when they were deleted. So this fucking service that I showed, that is a third-party service, has nothing to do with your argument. It does not solidify or help your argument. This account belongs to Zhavia. That is exactly why I made that video. It might seem stupid to argue that, yeah, we were together. Like, that might seem a redundant point alone, but the point is to prove that Zhavia has a track record in situation after situation of lying about stuff.
When it comes to covering things that happen to awful people, especially liars like Zhavia, You have to essentially just trust the data.
It helps my case that she fucking lied to me. I can take this to court and say, she lies about little shit like this. Why wouldn't she lie about revenge porn? Why did she not go after Topher or any of the people that actually did horrible shit to her, like that dude in fucking Cali? I'm not even gonna say it, you know what I was about to say. You didn't go after anybody who's done horrible shit to you, but you'll go after me for supposedly digital online behavior. But there's people who have caused physical harm to you, Zhavia. You have a fucking problem with me. You, Sera, and the rest of y'all's fucking group. You guys are just stupid. This was like 30 seconds of Googling, man. And furthermore, the account that was talking to me, Zhavia already admitted that it was her account at one point. She told me a whole different story. She told me that someone else was using her account whenever I did confront her about it in that conversation she didn't want me to record. I wonder why she didn't want me to record it in retrospect. I know she did though. Anyways, keep lying. It doesn't really matter. I've proven you to be a liar for 2 hours almost at this point. Almost 4 if you consider the first 2 videos. You also attempted to SWAT me. Oh boy. On March 20th, 2024, at around midnight at my mother's house in Alabama, 8 sheriff's deputies, including a state trooper, showed up at the front door, ballistic vests worn and guns drawn, according to what my mother told me. Unbeknownst to Zhavia, I do not live there anymore as of March 11th, but my mother's address was the one they had saved, and when the cops showed up, they apparently got a call from my 16-year-old sister that I was raping her. They also claimed I was still sending pizzas and death threats to some lady in Utah. Don't believe me? Well, here's testimony from that same sheriff's deputy you heard earlier. He actually was one of the ones that happened to respond to the call.
3:20, we got a call for a sexual assault, potential sexual assault on a 16-year-old female. It was, the caller was the brother's sister. And then there was the call about the harassment and the pizzas that got sent to, I believe it was this all happened on March 20th. That's what we got for as far as the record goes. Both calls came from a area code 385 number, and they claimed to, but there was 2 different numbers. Both of them started with the 385.
Now, if what Serafina said is true, that Zhavia's sister did get swatted and they believe it was me, based on Zhavia's previous behavior accompanied with all of this evidence, would it not be at least reasonable to assume Zhavia was the one behind my swatting? She seems to have a very keen eye for revenge, as we've seen.
This is the part of the video where things take a much grimmer turn. It's not a topic I like to revisit, not only in my mind, but in the form of a video. I've ranted at Serafina a lot for this even occurring, especially since he loves to protect this person with all his might, but the truth is, she is utterly despicable. Now, obviously with the evidence presented in that video, it did occur, and that is verified, but here I even have the case numbers and everything, even though I can't show it. It's part of the reason my state was considering a case against her at one point. I was even told she had a warrant out for this at one point, but I'm not too sure of the logistics. You can go verify it. That's on her to deal with. After all, it would be the state versus her. But here's the thing. In the state of Alabama, 911 calls and transcripts are not considered a public record. This is the same for things like law enforcement body cam footage as well. This is different from states like, let's say, Georgia, right to our right. If you live in the United States and have a relatively modern cell phone capable of utilizing networks, dialing 911 would put you into contact with an emergency dispatch center relevant to your location. Using a landline would also accomplish the same. In the case of mobile devices, the dispatch center you are connected to is based on the tower you are connected to, and based on that tower's physical location, it will route the emergency call to the nearest public safety answering point, or PSAP. Modern phones will even enhance this by sending real-time GPS data in the case that you are on a jurisdictional border with, say, another county or city still connected to their tower. Now, why am I explaining all this goop? Well, to put it simply, the swatting that occurred to my mother was not a 911 call. The call was actually made to a non-emergency number, which for those who don't know, can still be used to swat people, and it's actually the most common way to send a police to a particular location that you are not in. The reason this was done was simple. The caller was not located in Alabama, as evidenced by the previous information given by the sheriff, and also because the call was made with burner numbers. Apps like TextNow do not normally allow the dialing of 911. you would have to dial a standard phone number. Furthermore, the rule that governs 911 recordings being protected in Alabama does not actually apply to non-emergency calls, meaning they are not bound by the same exact regulations. This means that the caller clearly understood or thought in their mind at the time that a normal civilian, like yours truly, could not obtain a copy of it. However, this is what inevitably bites this caller in the ass. You see, I live in a small county, and while we aren't exempt from federal or state regulations regarding anything, we still have the Freedom of Information Act. Not only that, we are some proud patriots. We live in a very conservative state. Actions that abuse the resources of law enforcement are not taken very lightly by anyone in the state. This includes your unfounded allegation of me impersonating the police, by the way, that you magically also forgot to bring up in your video. So remember, the non-emergency line is not regulated by the same thing that governs 911 calls. It was not a typical 911 call. It was essentially a standard phone call that could be made by anyone, and most dispatch centers still record them for archival and investigational purposes. I have a copy of one of these calls that were made on the night of March 20th, 2024, and I will play it now.
911. Please help me. Hello? Butler County 911. Hello? Send police, please. Hey, what's going on? Where are you located? Brother, please send the police. Your brother? Ma'am? Butler County. Brother hurt me, please. Ma'am, can you hang up for me and dial 911, please? I don't even know what's going on. Slow down. Hang up and dial 911, please. He hurt me twice, and I don't want it. You said what? He's in the other room, so I'm trying to be quiet. Please send help. My brother, he won't leave me alone. He's been on top of me twice. Please send help. Okay, ma'am, what's your...
Now, a couple of things to note about this call, especially for those who know exactly whose voice it is. Firstly, you may say the dispatcher answered with County 911 rather than 911, what is the location of your emergency? That is because this call was, again, made to their non-emergency line. They answer differently based on how the call is made, and it varies per jurisdiction. You can even try this with your own county or state, or even mine. It is not a crime to simply call the non-emergency number wherever you live, excluding the case of harassment. Don't harass the police, obviously. Secondly, for those who know this person's voice may note that it does not particularly sound fully like her, even noting the slight southern twang or the way it just sounds off. You might say this is just me masking my voice with hers in AI generation software, but the truth is, when you make prank calls, especially those you made to your neighbors as a kid, you oftentimes try to change the inflection of your voice very slightly. Oftentimes you even try to impersonate someone else entirely, and given that she was also attempting to sound like my sister, it would make sense that she would do this. We all know this person does not have a natural southern accent. She is not from the South. Take note at how I have been commentating this video, for example. Those who have watched this video, the objection video, and the old database productions videos, like the Nekokoda video for example, can notice that I have a very clear speaking voice, rather than my usual casual slang that you would find on like my backup channel or any recordings where I've had conversations with people.
Or, sorry, Linus is absolutely talking about Jake, and you call me a dumbass. Really, let's continue though. At LTT until he saw it on Craigslist. So you're the only one making headcanons while asking if I'm in his head.
That's the thing about me, I don't fucking give up. If you ain't in the right, I ain't giving up. Okay? Simple. I ain't conceding to nothing.
At around midnight at my mother's house in Alabama, 8 sheriff's deputies, including a state trooper, showed up at the front door, ballistic vests worn and guns drawn, according to what my mother told me.
People change their vocal inflections and expressions based on who they are speaking to and what tone they are trying to set. I am obviously trying to be more serious here, and in the case of this caller, it is clear they were trying to remain monotone and quiet to alarm the dispatchers into panic mode, rather than excessively crying. This is what caused the swatting that occurred shortly after. I didn't play the entire call for privacy purposes, but she did give the address, she gave her alleged name and age as well, and my name and information as well, so they were absolutely coming there to take me down. She thought I was in that house when I wasn't. Had I been there, I could have gotten injured.
I'd really like to hear the quality of my AI-generated voice making a 911 SWAT call to somebody. I'm really interested in hearing it. And he somehow, acquired the 911 recording of me doing it, I guess. Now, he claimed that he was going to send it over to me, And yeah, he never did. Instead, the very next day that I thought he was going to send it over to me, yeah, he instead posted a shitty rap music or whatever it was because his taste in music is shit. Yeah, he didn't actually give me, you know, what he claimed to have, probably because he AI generated it. And he is known for using AI in the content that he makes.
To address the claim that I would AI generate a swatting call or hire voice actresses, as the sniper guy once put it, there is just too little incentive for me to invent something like this. It tears my nerves up that I even have to bring it up in a video. My mom has also asked me to not bring it up in this video. She knows I'm making it, but unfortunately, I have no choice. I did mention before that Serafina also called the police on me, which is true to my information, but to clarify for the record, he only did this after my warrants in Utah were issued, likely in an attempt to cause a law enforcement encounter, which did end up happening, by the way. You succeeded. They came to my actual house and I gave them my ID. It turned up no result for a wanted person, of course, based on what I said earlier about extradition. I do not have this call saved, regrettably, thanks to that old Dell laptop I used to have from 2014, which still had a mechanical hard drive. Of course, anyone knows those things are fucking time bombs in 2026. But the fact is, Zhavia swatted my mother. That much is plain as day. I obviously did not have access to this recording at the time of making the original video. I even had to return to the dispatch center to get a little bit more information about what I showed in this video. To compare my swatting to the one that occurred to Zhavia's sister, I would say both instances are obviously absolutely horrific. But the difference is, Zhavia did this as obvious revenge to what occurred to her sibling. After all, she has established a track record in places like Lio's Space and other places online of her revenge-filled behavior.
Every time they had a bad breakup, they'd immediately start talking trash about their ex in Senate VCs. And not just the typical trash either. There was a time I had caught Zhavia about to read off an ERP they had had with a former partner when I had hopped in call. I shut that down immediately and told them that type of behavior will not take place in my server. Unbeknownst to me at the time, though, this is something Zhavia would do regularly. They'd share roleplay screenshots, read them off, or leak personal information about their exes. I don't think I need to detail what the problem with that is. But that's the thing with Zhavia. If you slighted them, or they didn't get their way, they'd resort to the worst of actions.
What Zhavia's sister experienced was essentially a welfare check, a knock on the door that could have technically been worse, but what Zhavia did to me was just as bad as the people who called on her sister. As Lio put it,
you can say what you want about Neff. If he's done something wrong, cool. Let the law deal with him. But Zhavia isn't any better.
She is no better than the people who swatted her sister. Serafina, I do not think you endorse this behavior, even though you clearly despise me. Whether or not you believe the call was made by Zhavia does not matter. I do apologize for any implication or accusation I've made that you participated in the behavior, as I was obviously fabricating the details or exaggerating them in previous conversations out of anger for you. I don't like you either, after all. My intention is to not pin this on you, but the person who did it, as this behavior was not your doing, and I do not think you were complicit in it. That is now on the record. Zhavia is an incredibly despicable person. Many people know this. She is much worse than me, worse than anyone in your group, and worse than anyone I have ever been in a relationship with. Sparing the details, of course, my marriage with my ex-partner was also very horrific, but even she wouldn't go as far to swat me. Obviously, the intent was to get me, and not my mother, and given that Zhavia thought I lived there at the time, it makes sense. But the fact remains, my mother and my sister have been victimized by my behavior online. As you put it, my stupid decade of degeneracy. It has resulted in my family being affected. This is why I feel that after I post this video, it's probably best that I log off for good, at least from this side of the internet. I didn't even want to talk about this shit, but given that Sera accused me of using my skills with AI to fabricate things like this, even though at that point I had never shown it to anyone on the internet, it felt like a fucking punch in the face, devaluing the swatting while also calling me a swatter at the same time. For the record, yes, I have made AI clones of your voice before. I did it in the form of the AI music, but those voice clones were not perfect.
What's my name? Yeah, they call me Queen Serafina. Drip you with the wrist like a bottle of some Aquafina. Database producing all this drama like he's Daphina. Played him like a game, lock him up like he's Josh Feed.
We can compare the voice clone to your actual voice.
Hey Gellies, how's it going? Queen Serafina here. Before I start the video, I want to let you all know that I've started a GoFundMe for my detransition fund.
I'd really like to hear the quality of my AI-generated voice making a 911 SWAT call to somebody. I'm really interested in hearing it.
I haven't even been subscribed to the software that I used to make those voices since February 2024. The free version does not allow the use of voice cloning. You can look this up. February 2024 was before the swatting even occurred. I've never used any other software either, nor do I know how to perform things like this locally, because I mean, just look at my specs, bro. 1080 Ti, that's from 2017, okay? I mean, this is good enough for that new NTE game that came out, and that's about it. This game looks fire, by the way. This AI parody stuff was before the swatting even occurred. The reason I held on to this for so long was for this very video. I wanted to illustrate to people not only the fact that people know you for doubling down on your lies, but also that you won't let go of your obvious bias for this person. Associate with her if you want. My point is that Zhavia is an incredibly dangerous and evil person. Even if we're both pieces of shit, I've never done shit like this to anyone. Ever. Point blank. The address that I have on you, Serafina, was your parents' house in Missouri, allegedly at least. I'm not going to swat your parents. I'm not going to call 911 to your fucking parents' house. Your parents haven't done anything. Now, the comments about Creepy Reading's mom, maybe they were a little uncalled for. I have no emotional attachment to Creepy Reading, though. I have no reason to care. But I would never swat his mother. I would never swat his aunt or his uncle. I would never swat him. And I despise him as I despise you. I don't believe we should be bringing people's families into stuff, even if that wasn't even Zhavia's intention. But that about wraps up what I had to say about this section of the video. I didn't want to make it. This was incredibly hard for me to sit through, as you can imagine.
Apparently some of these people, they haven't understood, but let me explain it to you. If you don't see your comment, it's because you're a troll. And I'm not allowing your comments to post on my channels anymore.
Alright. Wow. That was, not jerking my noodle here. That was one fucking shitfest of a video to put together. I'm never doing that again in my life. As far as I'm concerned, this is over with. I'm not responding anymore, ever. That includes making weird, as Gilded Poo put it, diaries and putting them on my channel links. That includes videos on the Lord Cancerous channel. All of that stops, and it will go dormant as of today, this video going up. I'm done. I'm completely done. I'm actually, after all of this shit, the leaking of my personal information, the fucking being accused of molesting fucking children, all that stupid shit, I'm done. I'm done. This is way too much for me to admittedly mentally deal with. Like, if it wasn't for some of my friends, man, it would have fucking went bad, like south, really, really quick. I'm not going to go too further on that, but I'm just going to say, man, to those who have my back, or even considered the fact that there is another side to this whole thing, as bad as it fucking looked, I appreciate you. I probably don't know who some of you are, but I appreciate you nonetheless. I know there's more than Kumo out there. You know, Kumo was like one of the only people that pointed it out back when this shit started, that, hey, we're only listening to one side of this. And again, it happened again when the next video came out. It's just like, you people don't care. And here's one thing I gotta learn to accept. The internet is not fair. Okay, I seem to think in my mind that I can change you guys' opinions. The problem with that is, I am a fucking horrible person. Some of the actions I am guilty for give you a reason to hate me. 100%. Harassing that one guy he said I admitted to harassing. Yeah, I absolutely did do that, and he has every right to not even want to talk to me anymore. And as many times as I've tried, he didn't want to. I have no fucking... I don't blame you, like, at all. I'm a horrible person. That is given, but I don't prey on children. I don't share spit with 16-year-olds. I don't sit on here and revenge porn people, man. There's so many aspects of that I didn't really argue with. Like I said, I wasn't going to go through the whole thing. He showed like a Cash App, me sending the link of it or something. Look, man, I'm not... it's just... you can have it at this point. You can make whatever rebuttals you want. I'm done. I'm completely done. As of me posting this video, this channel exists, and the Lord Cancerous one. They both exist on an email separate from any other channel I've had, including the music channel. So I'm literally just going to upload this. I'm going to hit the log out button on all of my devices for it, and I will never see the comments of this video, more than likely, unless someone sends it to me, but I'm going to tell them not to. I don't care if it's in support or against me. I don't care if I get absolutely blown out of the water. Everyone fucking shits on me in the comments. Feel free to go down there and do it. I'm not doing this again. This is, honestly, I need to log off. You know, this whole, you guys are terminally online thing, you know, although I don't spend as much time online as you guys, I definitely spend enough time online to affect my own psyche. This stuff happening is my fault after all. Me coming on here and being a fucking idiot. Whether my friends did stuff that I got blamed for or not, it does not matter. I'm on here too, so I'm a part of it. I am, in that way, complicit. Go ahead, cut that out of context. Say I admitted to it there too. I don't really fucking care. I wasn't, but I'm done, man. You can have it, Serafina. We know you. I know you said you weren't gonna do another video, or you said you probably weren't. I know you will after seeing this video. I know you'll be like, oh yeah, I probably gotta clarify some stuff. Oh, I gotta shut this guy down. He's lying again. Oh, he faked evidence again. Oh, that's AI. Oh, that's fabricated. He hired an actor. I don't care what you say, dude. You can have it. You're right. You're right. I did whatever you say I did. You're probably trying to invent a lie and say I murdered somebody right now, or that I raped somebody. That's probably going to be the third video, you know, and I don't care, man. I'm just going to say this right now. Cut this out of context for everybody. I did it, okay? This thing Serafina just said I did, guys. I did it. I don't care. I'm not going to draw this out any further. You guys in the commentary community, feel free to do your little live stream reactions to this. Make sure you pick apart everything I put in this video, even though I watched your streams and you didn't do a bit of that to Serafina at all. You just looked at what he showed on the screen and said, oh, this is bad. You know, you didn't question any shit that he showed on the screen at all, but you'll do that for me. And that's fine. You're more than welcome to do that. I'm out. I'm done. I am never logging into this account again, as far as I can help it. So, to those of you who knew me, my name has been Database Productions, Adepti, Lord Cancerous, whatever. What was it I used to say in my old videos? Always say no to pirates or something? Yeah, always say no to pirates. Also, feel free to download and re-upload this video to wherever. I don't care. Peace!
I post a shock comic. You post a child porn. We are not the same. Plus, you're fat.
I didn't share CP. You shared a dolphin rape comic to a rape victim. We are not the same. Plus, I'm not fat. My wallet is, though.
It's past 5 p.m. and you rush out of town. The lights are going up, but you're winding down. All these party people know the place to be. Cartoon characters on ecstasy, like FM got the music on. Too much auto-tune on these popular songs. Walk into your house, but you forgot the milk. Your old lady's yelling, but you can't hear shit. Hear it.
God's gonna get it.
Please drop down to your knees. We got the police.
There would be these sudden pop-ups of, like, you know, this Part 4 accountability, like database productions, and I was like seeing these screenshots popping up. I was like, where the fuck are you?
No one understands ya. Yeah, I get it. It's you against the world. You're your own worst critic. But something is wrong if you think any one of us care. Yeah. Nobody's gonna hold your hand. There's a limit. You won't make history. Yeah, you'll just be a gimmick. So think about that when you're swinging that thing in the air. Life ain't fair. Like, not really. Life ain't fair. said, please. You're halfway down the street. They're going.
I would like to apologize to the mothers of these fucking losers. I'm really sorry that your son comes online every day and tries to harass somebody who's eminently better than him. I'm sorry that you didn't get to the drugstore fast enough to swallow the Plan B pill and abort their asses. I'm sorry that you didn't give their dad a blowjob and swallow them instead of actually having them. I completely apologize on behalf of these loser-ass children that you created. I am so sorry that your sons turned out to be bitch-ass niggas.